8, 7, 6, 5.
All right, welcome everyone to Pokemon Omega Ruby Trade Alt Main Empoleon. I am the 4thGenGamer. I'll be doing this run with my lovely commentators, Wartab.
I've done this run once, and I got a good time. It's really good.
And Galactic Elliot.
Hello guys, what is this is Galactic Elliot.
How you guys doing? You guys ready for this run? It's gonna be Empoleon, the best Pokemon ever, right here on your screen.
I wouldn't say best, but
Yeah.
it's a pretty good Pokemon.
All right,
Water
all
and
right.
Steel is great.
Listen, just give me this one moment, okay? Empoleon does great in Omega Ruby. It's awesome. Before we get the run started, we're gonna go ahead and set our date to April 14th. This is so we get rain during the Weather Institute part of the game. It's actually really important here because this allows us to take on Rival 3 and do really well with Empoleon. It's right after we get it, but you guys will see that later on. With that being said, you guys ready for this run?
I'm ready. I'm excited. This run's a lot of fun, and we're gonna show you guys a different water starter than you guys would typically see, because usually we use Mudkip, but this time we're gonna be using Piplup.
Yeah, so it's going to be really exciting. I see Etiquette in the chat says, Empoleon is okay at best. This run, I am here to prove you wrong, and I'm here to prove to everyone here that you should go try this run. That, in my opinion, is the coolest part of this run, is that it's very easy to pick up. Anyone can go and try it right after you watch this. And, yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. We get some pogs in the chat on the countdown here. Time will start on movement outside of the Pokemon Center here. We'll explain to you guys the category right after we start as well. So let's go. 3, 2, 1, go! And we're off to the races. We have a Piplup, level 7, perfect IVs, modest nature. No encounters in that first patch. That's how you know this is the blessed run. The blessed run is here. But yeah, I guess Wartab, you were a big part of getting the trade alt main category implemented, not only to Gen 6, but Gen 8, and honestly just across the board. I guess you explain the benefits and the theory behind, you know, what is a trade alt main? What does it mean? Why is it awesome?
Yeah, so the main reason we thought about that with mainly Etiquette was that we've been doing wonder trade races a lot in the past, where we would get a random Pokemon from the internet from someone. And as you all know, traded Pokemon get more experience, 50% more experience, and that kind of makes it better to play the game, obviously, because your Pokemon will always be stronger. And since you can also control a traded Pokemon's stats by breeding for it, for example, well, you don't have all this struggle of routing random IVs and natures and all that nasty stuff that we don't want to deal with. So you can just start the run and just enjoy your traded Pokemon that way. And the idea is that you only use that Pokemon to defeat every opponent. So it's not like you could switch to a legendary once you get one, like in the main route. You have to use the starter from the beginning to the very end, and has to defeat every single Pokemon. And it's a nice routing challenge. I think Josh has had a nice experience with that.
Yeah, so this was actually my first ever speedrun route that I put together, did all the calcs for, and it's a lot of fun. And like I said, one of the best benefits to this, I would say, is that it is a great beginner run. If you're looking to pick up a Pokemon speedrun, this is a great starter run. Either this or really any of the trade alt mains, because you don't have to reset for stats. You don't have to learn a manip. You don't have to go through the catch tutorial. You don't have to go through the beginning of the game over and over again. You know, even if you're going for a competitive time, the reset time is pretty low. You only really have to worry about the encounters here in the woods. But yeah, this can be done with any Pokemon, and the reason why I chose Piplup is honestly just because I love Piplup. It's a really fun Pokemon, and It was my first Pokemon in Pokemon Diamond, and it actually does a lot of really good work here in ORAS. This is the game that I specialize in, I guess you could say. I've done a lot of speedruns in this, so getting to go through it with a whole other Pokemon is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And you'll see here that we pick up Echoed Voice. Anyone that has seen the any percent run of ORAS knows that this move is very broken. We use that a lot, and we are going to use that a lot on this run as well. It'll power up by plus 40 damage after every turn. It starts out at 40, and we're going to use that all the way to the very end, including Drake, actually. So very powerful move, and we also pick up the Cherry Berries there, which are going to help us a lot with the Watson leg of the run. Because we don't have Marsh Tomp, there's no ground immunity there. If it learns Echoed Voice, it's runnable. Yes. Yes. I did a Skitty into Delcatty speedrun just the other day, and having that stab Echoed Voice was incredibly valuable, and I ended up getting a 4-hour, 12-minute time, largely thanks to Echoed Voice. So, anyway, we're about to be going into Roxanne here, and this fight is pretty interesting because originally at the very early part of this route, we actually battled this first trainer over here like we do in any percent, but now we actually skip them because now we don't have to deal with obedience issues. After level 10, the Pokemon won't obey you since it's traded. And wow, that was a long save for Gen 6, actually. That felt like forever.
I mean, it's the Piplup.
Yeah, right. We get to skip the trainer because we actually get hit into a really nice torrent range if the fight does go right. Shout out to Headbob for that idea, by the way. Anyway, here we go. It's Bubble. We just bubble. We bubble everything. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Also, yes, I am the 4thGenGamer, speedrunning a Gen 6 game. I've barely done any Gen 4 speedruns, ironically. It's usually the first thing that people realize when they see me. It's like, you're the 4thGenGamer! What the heck are you doing in ORAS? Forehead?
Are you speedrunning a Gen 6 game of a remake of Gen 3? What are you doing?
I mean, I don't see any issue with it. Gen 4 is really slow, so...
Hey! Watch it.
Hey, I'm just speaking truth.
Don't insult my baby.
Why do you think it took so long to save with the Piplup? Because it's Gen 4 Pokemon. The game thought it was playing Diamond and Pearl for a second.
All right.
Saving a lot of data.
Yep.
45 seconds later.
Anyway, you know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Either way, though, that was actually a really good fight.
That was the perfect Roxanne. When you get knocked down to 10 HP there, that's actually perfect because Nose Pass's tackle can do only 7 to 8 damage with a high roll 1 in 16 chance of it getting 9 damage. So no chance to kill unless you do get crit. But with that being said, you know, one of the really cool aspects that I want to showcase with this run is definitely, like I said, the beginner-friendly aspect. So Elliot, could you touch on a little bit? You know, you've never done really any Pokemon speedrun before you tried this. What was your experience with this? Your first time doing this?
Yeah, before I did this, I mostly never did like 2xy runs. I very loosely did like an ORAS run, but this run is actually super duper just fun to do and a nice way to kind of get you to try a speedrun in Pokemon. Like you mentioned before, you could start off the game basically at Petalburg with a perfect, you know, IV Pokemon, good nature and everything, and pretty much a very low chance of any resetting in the beginning, other than the first Gret fight, which is not even that bad. The fact that you're level 7 with just the perfect Piplup, you're pretty much good to go. But yeah, no, this run's just really simple. Echoed Voice, honestly, is just so free to use. And
if you can't use Surf or Bubble Beam or Bubble at this point in the game, you use Echoed Voice. That's pretty much a lot of the theory behind it.
Yeah, and I don't know, just... it's really easy to get into. Like, I highly encourage any of you guys who have ever been wanting to start a speed run and want to do something kind of like, you know, to crack open, you know, just basically wanting to try anything like that, this is a really nice way to start off things, honestly. Just get a Piplup.
Dive right in.
Dive right in.
And let me just say, I love Oras. Oras is a very fun speed game when you get past a lot of the crapshoot RNG that is Sand Attack with that grunt earlier. You have Sheer Cold at Glacia. Like, there's a lot of very messy RNG in this game, but this does take away a lot of that, which is nice.
What you're saying is that the normal speedrun actually becomes nice after Glacia only?
Oh, yeah, no, it's like, everyone has, it's like its reset point, and with Oras, it's after Glacia. Yeah, definitely. Get to Glacia. All right, guys, we're on a run. You guys don't know an Alpha Sapphire. Drake. Yeah. You have to deal with Sheer Cold, potentially. So that is why a lot of people prefer Omega Ruby, because you do not have to deal with that when you do have a Groudon. Yeah, Sheer Cold can easily be avoided by running Omega Ruby. That is some wise advice right there. So yeah, we're just going and teaching some moves here. We have Echoed Voice, which we already mentioned how just absolutely powerful that can be. Very abusable. And then Rock Tomb, which we'll be using a little bit here and there. Also useful because it lowers the opponent's speed, which is also very valuable. And we also Repelled. You'll see that'll last all the way through to pretty much once we get outside the last patch of grass outside here.
Yeah,
we got another Pooch.
A lot of people wonder why you don't run this as like a mild or rash nature and you run it as modest. And the reason why is because you will barely use physical moves. Like, you'll use Pound and then maybe Rock Tomb here and there. And I think for one fight, you use Drill Peck, but you don't really benefit off of running a plus special attack minus some other just stat. I think modest is just easily the best, even though you use a physical move like probably a few times in the run.
Yeah, it's not like your physical attack is useless in this route, but you definitely want your defenses to be good. You could definitely get away with something that is minus Spadef, but at the same time, you will face your Meditites with Confusion and your, I guess you face Slugma, the Rival 2 fight. Overall, that's the nature that we've chosen, and you will see there is one really important fight that we'll use Drill Peck for. Later on in the run, that'll be with Sydney, but overall, what's really important is that special attack. Also, for what it's worth, if you guys want to try out this run, DM me on like Twitter or like at me, and I will trade you. I'll trade you a Piplup. Everyone that's wanted to try this out, I've traded them, so just feel free. I know Gen 6, it's not as easy as Gen 8 with breeding and whatnot. Or you could, use other resources as well. And now we're just doing some nice dialogue, gotta deliver the parcel. All that,
Mr. Stone hitting you with the biggest smirk ever.
Oh, yeah, no, he's ready.
He's smirking, dude. He's like, I'm a billionaire, and you are a part of this.
Got that Buzz Nav, and now we're going to be heading down to Brawly, and something that Oras runners can rejoice in is that Brawly's gym is a lot easier with this Piplup, mainly because of the fact that you don't have to deal with a high death chance to Hideki. You don't know who Hideki is? He is awful. He is awful. He's a gym trainer in Brawly's gym. It might as well be Hideki's gym. Let's be real. It's Hideki's gym. It's not Brawly's gym. Wartab, would you like to explain why Hideki is one of the worst trainers in the history of Pokemon?
I would like to explain it, but I'm not allowed to swear, I was told.
You said 2 curses per hour, right? Is that...
So yeah, Hideki is a trainer with a Machop with 24 IVs, which is pretty high early on in the game. And he has low sweep, so he will always drop your speed when he ever uses it, so you'll always be slower after one. So outspeeding him does not have any positive impact. And he can two-shot you from full HP without any crits, depending on your defenses. if you get unlucky. It's a range to kill you, sometimes it's guaranteed to 2-hit KO you. And so you have to basically hope that he doesn't use low sweep twice in a row, turn 1 or turn 2. And that he doesn't use focus energy turn 1, because he will crit you 50% of the time after using focus energy. And if he crits you once, you are basically toast. I think there are even more scenarios where he can just kill you. For reference, once you have a runnable mudkip, because you cannot RNG manip in this game, 45% of my runs die to that trainer. So
Awful.
it is really awful.
It's unfortunate because there's not really a lot of like risks that you can go for that will help you with that. There's really just, you need to see what happens. Like, you're either going to get crit or you're not going to get crit, because, you know, that crit low sweep is very dangerous. Fortunately, that is in any percent, or well, unfortunately, it does suck that's in any percent. But fortunately, we do not have to deal with that nearly as much. Hideki is still very dangerous, and I will be saving for Hideki with Piplup. But the chances of dying are a lot lower. The only way that Hideki can kill you is if he uses low sweep all 3 times, which is very unlikely. If he crits you 2 times, which is very unlikely because that would be without, I guess, a focus energy? Well, either way, 2 crits would definitely kill you. The good news is, the big number here is that if you get crit once and 1 non-crit, there's only a 0.4% chance to die, which is something that you would not get with a mudkip. So that's good news. That is good news. A lot more likely to make it. Yeah, we're definitely going to save, though. Very dangerous fight still.
What's this hope for a turn 1 foresight?
Yeah, that's what we need. That's what we need, baby.
He thinks you're a ghost. He's like, I can't touch you.
Why does he even use foresight? Why does he have foresight? Like, you're
Just be happy that he can use it. Don't question it.
Yeah, I know.
You're
We're
right.
happy. He thinks Piplup's a ghost. It's all good. We'll let him take it. Use foresight.
All right. Bring it on, Hideki.
What are these saves? Why
Yeah,
does it
these
take
saves
so
are
long?
taking 10 years, dude.
That's weird.
I don't get it. It's the Gen 4 save, man. All right, turn 1 focus energy, Monka est.
Ooh, you don't like to see that.
Oh, come on. Foresight, let's go.
Oh.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, and that is a perfect Hideki because we don't even need to heal. We don't even need to heal. Look at that. We can just go right on to the next trainer. Look at that. Pog champion. Ready? Boom. Just like that. Done.
So sad. Hideki never shows how much he stinks in marathons.
Listen, I'm okay with that. I'm not going to complain. Yeah, imagine focus energying into a foresight. You love to see that. Of all the things, that is one thing that you love to see.
He just wants to make everyone watching think, oh, this game's so easy to run.
Yeah, we spent like the last 3 minutes talking about how he's one of the worst trainers. That's the thing. It's so unpredictable. It's so unpredictable. And that goes
to show how AI is in Pokemon.
Yes, and we did get confused there, which is a little nerve-wracking. We don't have any full restores or Persms or anything that can really help us. So we're going to have to just hit through here.
You're also using a move like Echoed Voice that builds up, as you use it more and more, so.
Yeah, exactly. Uh-oh. All right, we hit ourselves. We should be fine. I am going to heal just to be safe, because if we do hit ourselves again and Machop maybe crits or, karate chops, definitely a little bit of a dangerous situation. And we hit ourselves again in confusion. And he goes for a focus energy. Okay. Okay.
This karate chop, so he will crit every time.
This is a fight that usually does not go badly. And he crits there. Try and go for another echo. Okay, we hit ourselves in confusion again. All right. Look at us. All right, and the crit. We're doing great. Okay. We gotta get through at some point, right? Jesus, okay.
The Machop from Hideki heard you.
What the heck? Come on, Piplup, power through. Leer? Wait, this is bad. Okay. I think
You are dead.
I think I'm dead.
Yeah, you are dead.
Wow. I have never... Wait, we hit through! It used Leer! Oh my god! Piplup the god! Yes! He triumphs! Wow! Alright! Alright, I didn't have it in my notes to save for that fight, but I guess, yeah, alright. Wow. Good thing we have an ether. We use that before Brawly coming up here. Make sure we have enough, echoed voices. Holy good gravy.
The one thing that is nice about echoed voice is that it makes Gen 3 runners pretty much very jealous.
Echoed voice is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a very good move. I saved for Brawly. I saved for... Just think of it like this. I saved before Hideki and for Brawly. So it's like a little sandwich of saves. I saved for Hideki, not for that trainer we just faced. And I saved for Brawly. That's so funny.
It was never Hideki.
It was... Listen, Hideki.
It was all the confusion. You gotta love the game just throwing AI just down your throat.
Yeah, that was... It's alright, we got all of our bad luck out of the way right there. Obviously. 100%.
I don't know, this Machomp's trying to get revenge on you too, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know, it's Return of the Machops. It's like, what the heck is going on? But yeah, earlier you guys saw that we didn't teach Peck. That is just because of how amazing Echoed Voice is. We don't need Peck because we have Echoed Voice. You know, Peck you would think would be, okay, it's got to be a decent move. You know, we have the good type advantage there against Brawly's gym, but that is just how menacingly powerful Echoed Voice is. Because in a few turns, you're already at 120, 160 damage, which is really good. Like, I mean, it's amazing. Especially with Silk Scarf, it's even greater power. Either way, here we have Piplup. The, abomination of the evolution line. We don't acknowledge Piplup in the family. He's, sort of the forgotten child. Definitely.
Weird cousin.
Yeah, he's a little out there. We don't, you know, yeah. More of a devolution than an evolution, honestly. We stan Piplup and we stan Empoleon.
I only stand Empoleon, but you know, that's just me.
Excuse you? You don't
Empoleon's
stand
cool.
Empoleon? Bro, water steel type. Water
said
steel.
I do stand Empoleon. I don't stand Piplup.
You don't stand Piplup.
Yeah, I stand Empoleon. Empoleon's cool.
Adorable. Yo, chat, type 1 if you stand Piplup. The boy. Did you see that Piplup get through that fight against the Machop, man? Like, what a champ. He's a champ.
It was died to him and Machop like 5 levels under.
All right, listen. I see a mix of 1s and 2s. Y'all just haters. You don't understand the power that is Piplup. And, well, I mean...
It's okay.
He's a cute little penguin.
You have some people in chat who are standing with you. It's fine.
That's right. I won't forget you guys that typed the 1. You guys are part of the Piplup people. I love you. Don't worry. Yeah, I have definitely accidentally not evolved. Not Piplup, but Mudkip into Marshtomp a few times, which in this run, if you forget to evolve, or rather you press the B button on Marshtomp, it's really bad, as you can imagine, because not only do you not get Marshtomp a level earlier, but you actually miss out on some important ground coverage when you get Mudshot.
Yeah, Mudshot.
Yeah. So I think everyone that has run this game has at least like once done that at like the beginning of their speedrunning journey. I've definitely heard a lot of people do it.
Well, there goes my PB.
It sucks. It's always when you're on a good run because like you're mashing super hard and it's like, it's just a shame. I guess with that, I can mention, if you guys don't know the mashing method for 3DS games, it is hold A, mash B, or hold B, mash A. And you could also, in your options, set L equal to A and just replace, substitute L for A for either of those combinations while also mashing the touchscreen. So I usually do hold A, mash B, and mash the touchscreen. And as you could imagine, that would lead to some accidental B presses. Not only with evolutions, but also if someone is asking you like yes or no to like an option. For example, like Mr. Briny here, you have to make sure that you select the right option. And I'm mashing B right now. So you have to let go of the B button in time there. But yeah, that's the mashing method for this game. And F in the chat for all those poor mudkips that did not evolve because of that.
They couldn't learn much shot on time.
Nope.
Yeah, having L equal A is really nice just on your hands because you're able to just easily hold L while you hit like the B button in comparison to trying to just alternate between A and B, or you know, have two of your fingers and your right hand, you know, hit the buttons. It's just a lot easier on your hands to just hold the L and then mash B. So
yeah,
super
exactly.
nice.
Yeah, I usually alternate between the two, but it's very similar to actually the Gen 8 method as well, except for the fact that in Gen 8 you do not need to mash the touchscreen since there isn't a touchscreen, which
and both the bumpers count as A as well. So.
Yep. Yeah. All right, so now it's time for Oceanic Museum, which is a pretty simple area. In the normal any % category, this area in Alpha Sapphire can be very rough because there's a Zubat that has Supersonic, there's a Carvana that has Focus Energy, and for that reason, a lot of Alpha Sapphire runs, especially with bad Mudkips, can die around here. On the Omega Ruby side, it's a lot easier. A lot less runs can die over here. Can a run even die? I know an Omega Ruby at this part. I haven't actually done an Omega Ruby any % run, but I think something really needs to go wrong for an Omega Ruby run to die here. Yeah, very unlikely. So for the same reason, we're on Omega Ruby right now. This area is really not that bad. Thank God there's no Carvanas.
If you read the notes, you shouldn't have a run die here in Omega Ruby. As long as you're healed up, I highly doubt that could happen.
Yeah. Oh, and Carvana and Alpha Sapphire can bite flinch. So, yeah, just a lot of stuff can go bad in Alpha Sapphire, and that is one of a few reasons that we have decided to do Omega Ruby for this run. That's why I routed it with Omega Ruby. You know, this museum in itself is a big reason, among all of the nummels and Camrups that you do face. But this is probably one of the most catastrophic ones in Alpha Sapphire, just because of how early in the game it is. Also, we hit that range on the Nummel, or rather the Zubat with Rock Tomb, so that's very nice. Let's see. 15, 16, so very favorable. Now we're going to go shopping. Ready to go shopping, Elliot?
Oh my god, I can't wait to go shopping.
We get to go shopping.
Oh my god.
I'm excited. Elliot, if you're good, I'll buy you ice cream, okay?
Oh my god. Chat, what is your favorite ice cream flavor?
I was going to ask that.
I had to steal a thunder. I'm sorry.
All right. I have been obsessed with strawberry lately. Strawberry. You know what I have in like my freezer right now? Those little like the vanilla chocolate strawberry ice cream sandwiches.
Why are you just trying to make me... I'm gonna have to leave this commentator booth. I'm sorry, chat.
More ice cream for me. All right. Ice cream party in the commentator booth. I'm ready for that. Cotton candy ice cream? Wait, I saw cotton candy ice cream. That's a thing? Cotton candy ice cream? That sounds very sweet. Very sweet.
That's very interesting. I'm a simple cookies and cream type of guy. I like Oreo stuff.
Oreo is really good. Can't even deny that. So we're going to go ahead and sell that bomb mushroom, which is very rich. A lot of money for that. There's definitely an important reason that we do grab that. So I'll explain everything that we're buying here in just a minute once we get everything. Stocking up on X items, and then just a few healing items here as well.
Somebody says that coffee ice cream is the best. I think Wartep can agree with that.
Yeah, Wartep's favorite is coffee.
I do indeed prefer that ice cream.
Coffee ice cream has like a nasty aftertaste, though. I don't enjoy that. It's the same as like normal coffee. That's why I don't like coffee. It makes your... I don't know, it doesn't leave me feeling right after. Like, I feel like I need like a mint after coffee or coffee ice cream.
You just don't like coffee.
Fair play. So yeah, we bought a bunch of X speeds. You know, Piplup and Empoleon are not the fastest. We're gonna need those. A few X attacks, only for the Sydney fight later. You guys will see that. And X Spadef, that will be used for the Watson fight. And then a bunch of X special attacks because we're gonna be using a lot of special attack moves. So we'll be using those to set up. As well as some paralyzed heals, important for the Puzzle Mine fight coming up, as well as Watson. Some super repels, the same amount as the normal any percent run, which is 4. And then 5 super potions, since we did not go shopping in Rustboro. And, you know, you definitely want to be running on more than just potions right now.
And this part of the game is the reason you actually pick Mudkip, mainly, because of the ground type that Marshtomp gets at second stage.
That's incredible. That and Bulldoze are just so valuable.
Yeah, you're fighting a lot of electric types with a lot of electric moves. And therefore you will also see Josh save here when in an any percent run with Mudkip you would never save on most of these battles.
No, not at all. And saving is very important for this fight coming up. I've forgotten to do it a few times in the past, and you know what happens? You die. And when you die at this point in the game, it sucks. You don't have a bike, you don't have fly. You do not want to die at this part. It's a reset if you don't save. So we are going to do that. We have a Plusle and Minun fight, and it's going to be just echoed voice spam. But what's really important here is that we don't outspeed either Plusle or Minun. So we just got to echoed voice spam and hope that they don't use Spark, and if they do use Spark, that they don't crit us. That is very important. We're also on full health, which is also very important. I would have healed to full if I was not. And first turn, we got Spark and Paralysis. So we're going to go ahead and just try and heal that up. Not a good start. Not a good start. Usually they'll, not usually, but sometimes they will go for another Paralysis. Okay.
They're trying to show you what a Hideki couldn't show on how bad these fights can be.
Yeah, this is definitely the worst fight. This is the Hideki of this run. If we get paralyzed one more time, I will probably reset and try this again. Yeah, this is, they're just laying it on right now. Just laying it on. Let's we do have to heal here. We do have to heal here because high roll Spark would kill us there.
Yeah, you want them
Please,
to go
buddy.
for Encore and like.
Why are they only using Spark and it paralyzed me again? Why? Stop with this.
Yeah, Spark is the only damaging move, but it hurts a lot.
They if they're nice, they'll go for Bestow or Encore, but they are being big bullies today. We do need to save those cherry berries.
Yeah, the first time I ran this, they used Switcheroo and gave me their citrus berry or orange berry or whatever. I was so happy.
All right, we got paralyzed again. We're gonna give this another attempt. That's why you save. We don't want to be left in Little Root here, having to walk all the way back.
The idea is to keep a few paralyzed heals for later because there's an electric gym upcoming.
Yeah.
And we ran out of paralyzed heals already. That is a very good start.
Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal. That is true. Petalburg. Yeah, they would bring us back to that center. That's a good point. All right, please don't go for Spark every turn and paralyze me every other turn. I love you, Plusle. Just please, buddy. Bestow. There we go. That's a good start. That's a great start, actually. We love to see that. Bestow again. See, that's what you're looking for. That's what you want.
Bestowing you their luck.
Yes. Don't. All right. Very nice. Okay. So now that Plusle's out, it's a 15 and 16 to one-hit KO this Minun here. We, once again, do not outspeed it. Just please don't paralyze me. There we go. Switcheroo. So that's how a good fight would go. So we got very, very grossly unlucky there the first attempt. But we got through it. And hey, you know what? That's what matters. Like I said, that is definitely the worst fight of this. Probably the equivalent to Hideki. Definitely not as bad, but definitely the worst fight. And it's not awful. Usually doesn't go that badly unless you get paralyzed very frequently. So either way, we're healing up and we are going to super repel. Now we got rival 2.
We're upgrading our 40 base power bubble as opposed to 20 in Gen 4 to bubble beam already.
Yeah, Bubble Beam is a very nice move. Going to be very valuable, especially with Stab. And we'll abuse Torrent a little bit as well. So yeah, we got Rival 2 here. This fight is not that bad. We're going to be going to +2 special attack, +2 speed, and then we spam Echoed Voice. And we can actually skip an X special attack, but that will make the Grovyle a 7 and 16 range. And funny enough, actually, it's not a crazy risk to go for. I wouldn't go for it right now, you know, because I'm playing a little bit safer. But Wartab, would you like to explain the AI in this fight? It's pretty funny.
Sponsored by random.org. So whatever, even if you're in kill range, Brandon will always use a random move against you. Except if it would actually deal no damage whatsoever, because it's, for example, if you were a ground type, he would never use an electric type move, but in general, he can just use whatever move he wants. So he will send out Grovyle here, and Grovyle has Mega Drain, but he's not guaranteed to go for it. He can go for Fury Cutter, Quick Attack, and Pursuit, I think?
Yeah, Pursuit's the last move.
And yeah. But yeah, against Mudkip, you would absolutely want to outspeed him because he's 4 times weak to Mega Drain and kills you from full HP.
Kills like 3 Marsh Thompson 1, you know?
Yeah, basically.
So it's a little bit of an odd fight in that sense. But if you want to go for the crazy risk, you can go for that. In this category, it might be a little more worthwhile since it is a lower reset time and there are less parts of the game that are crazy risky. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pick up this revive here. Not required, but it is very nice to have. Especially we are about to be getting Mudkip out of the PC. So if we do die, we can use that revive. A little bit of just a safety revive. And these Lepa Berries over here, those of you guys that know the Oras any % route, know that in Alpha Sapphire at least, we usually pick that up. That is for PP Restore, but Wartab actually suggested to swap that out. You want to explain that change, Mr. Wartab?
It's fast to not go for it.
In place of that, you get a free heal on Mount Chimney, and you pick up an Elixir in Victory Road. So it saves getting that bush. So we've done that for a little while.
So yeah, what
you can go.
I was gonna say is sorry. I got interrupted here. So the reason,
I was gonna say like it's faster, forehead.
The reason it's fast. I'm sorry. So yeah, it is actually faster. That is the reason. End of the story. No, it is faster because you can because picking up Lepa Berries actually takes some time. Because you have a weird animation where she just collects the berry and then puts it in her bag, and it's so weird. While what you do instead now is just get a free heal, talk to an NPC. It's taking about the same time. But you don't have to use the Lepa Berry, you don't have to aim for the move, because the move you will aim for later on is not even slot 1, so you can even mess that up. I know what I'm talking about. Selecting the wrong move is always annoying. And yeah, you pick up an elixir later on that is just not out of your way at all. You actually just bike over it in any %, so it is pretty nice.
Yeah, so very good change there that was made just like a couple weeks ago. And you guys will see that we just went to the PC and got Mudkip. So this Mudkip is important mainly just for HMs. This thing's going to learn Rock Smash, Strength, and I think I can learn Waterfall and Dive, but I usually teach that to Latios, or in this case, Latios. But yeah, we're going to need Mudkip for the Rock Smash coming up right after this gym, so it's faster to just grab him on the way right now rather than like after the gym go back, because you don't want to backtrack obviously. But yeah, that's why we do that. And if you guys are wondering why don't you just start out with Mudkip, you know, it avoids, you know, the trip to the Pokemon Center. The main reason for that is because at the very beginning of the game, you guys remember, the route right before Rustboro, there's that bridge that you cross, sort of on like a pond. There's a double battle there, and if you have only one Pokemon in your party, you get to just totally dodge it. And it's not really the quickest fight. It's, what is it, like Lotad and C-Dot, I think?
Yeah, not your best opponents for water starter.
Yeah, not at all. And you can't do any damage with any Pokemon that's not your main, so you can't even do damage with the Mudkip. Not that that would help too much, but it's definitely a lot faster to just keep Mudkip in the PC and just get him later, which now is a good point for that.
And a little fun fact too is that Mudkip actually learns all the required HMs in the game, which is Rock Smash, Surf, Waterfall, Dive, I think. Yeah, it doesn't learn Fly, but you don't actually need that. And so when you're doing a Wonder Trade race, you actually pick Mudkip for that very reason. It is pretty neat. I think it's the only actual starter in all the games that can learn all the required HMs.
MVP! We love Mudkip. Mudkip is one of my favorites, and it's a super useful Pokemon, and that's one of the reasons. I mean, it learns everything that you need, and in the any % route, you pivot to other mains, and you keep Mudkip for HMs, and you keep him all the way until the Pokemon League for that reason. It learns some really useful HMs, and that does not change here. It's very valuable. It's very convenient that it just kind of works out that way. So we're here in the Electric Gym. Now, this gym is... the Watson fight's interesting. The fights leading up to Watson are not that bad. We do have some Voltorbs coming up that are not... You don't really kill them too easily. They also have Eerie Impulse, which can lower your special attack. But overall, the gym's not that bad. Not as bad as you would think. Largely thanks to the fact that we have perfect IVs and a good nature. If this was, you know, like doing starter resets for Piplup, this would not be, you know, you can kind of skate by as is.
Yeah, worst case scenario with this guy is he paralyzes you with Spark and then goes for Charge Beam and gets the attacks boosts and all that. But overall, as long as you get the ranges, you're pretty much good to go.
Yeah, exactly. And this is really the only fight in the gym here that you do have some difficulty in with the Voltorbs. If they do go for Spark, or rather if they go for Eerie Impulse, that lowers your special attack, which will make it harder to KO them, obviously. As you can see there, we did have the Cherry Berry equipped, mainly for that fight, because if they do paralyze you, it's not really that good. But yeah, so that made that a lot easier, and we had Torrent there to help us kill them. Now we have Watson. So we want to be on full health. Very important, we want to be on full health. And we do want that other Cherry Berry. If your Cherry Berry, the one that we just used, if that is used before the gym, you don't want to equip another one until right before the gym later. We only have 2 Cherry Berries, and we have to make them last. So the Watson fight is probably one of the most, if not the most technical fight of this route. So the big thing is that you want to get set up, and you don't want to die to Volt Switch. And you also need to break Magnemite Sturdy. So we're going to start out with an Echoed Voice to break that Sturdy. Then we're going to throw up an X Spadef, because we need to be able to tank these Volt Switches that are going to be flying at us. Then we're going to get an X Speed, an X Special Attack, and then we're either going to be in Torrent, or we are going to put up another X Special Attack. So let's see how this actually unfolds. That's how the fight, you want it to go pretty much. So turn 1 Thunder Wave is really good. That is really good because that burns your Cherry Berry, and he'll probably go for another Thunder Wave. That is also really good because that pretty much buys like a few free turns. So this is exactly how the fight should go. He's going to Volt Switch into Voltorb here. And Voltorb's Volt Switch does not kill us here. We're going to go ahead and get up an X Special Attack. And if this works out, this is a beautiful thing here. So the way that the fight works out, this is what happens most of the time. Magnemite's Volt Switch here can only do, at the absolute most, 26 damage without a crit. So we get left at a perfect HP for Torrent. And look at this. You ready for this? Elliot, are you ready for this? Wartab, are you ready for this?
I am ready.
Now we sweep! We sweep! Look at that! Electric Gym! Suck it! Ah! Look
You
at
get
this!
a ball beam. You get a ball beam. You'll get a ball beam.
Everyone gets a bubble beam! So yeah, this works out really nicely when the fight kind of just goes the way it's supposed to. You get a couple free turns with Thunder Wave. You stall time by setting up to get into Torrent. And just like that, boom! Electric Gym who? Yeah!
You would think that Wattson's harder than that girl with the +1 mining, but not the case.
It works out. It works out. You love to see that. Now, if it doesn't go perfectly, from my testing, it does go for that Thunder Wave relatively frequently. But if it doesn't, the bottom line is you either need to get into Torrent with the other setups, you know, +1 special attack, +1 speed. You either need to be in Torrent +1 or no Torrent +2. And that's that pretty much. That's Watson. Wasn't that great? I love Watson. Watson's such a fun fight in this.
Yeah, one time, whenever I was running this, I had the Magnemite Volt switch into the Voltorb, and the Voltorb went for Charge, which then not only boosts Electric type, their next Electric type move, but they also boost the special defense. So in that case, you have to go for another X special attack, which I didn't do, and I went for a Bubble Beam, did not kill, and he killed me. So
yeah, that's rough.
That's where I get
when that happens.
Yeah.
Like I said, that is definitely the most technical fight in the run. Also, did not need to heal there. That was not needed.
You get a free heal.
Yeah, you get a free heal coming up. I was just kind of mashing / roboting there. But yeah, no need to heal there. We just kind of burnt a super potion. Not the end of the world. Especially since we didn't really need to heal for Watson. And yo, we got a soft sand. Yo, all right, let's go. Bulldoze strats. Where's the Marsh Tomp at? Yo, I think I've gotten soft sand from that like once. That's really interesting.
I remember when I accidentally sold that one and then reset there until I got a soft sand. Wasn't pretty.
Oh, ouch. That sucks. Selling the soft sands.
Oof.
Yeah, that sucks. So yeah, this part of the game is very forgiving to you. You know, ORS gives you some free heals. They give you a good amount. Not as much as Sword and Shields. X and Y is probably about the same with free heals. Maybe.
I
think ORS is more forgiving, honestly.
I don't know actually.
Either way, this part of the game is very concentrated for whatever reason. It is very concentrated with free heals. We just got a free heal, and after this next battle, we get another free heal for some reason.
Yeah, no, I think there are more here. Yeah, there are more here.
Yeah, right before Route 114, you get another one.
Yeah, there's another one right after, so it's kind of weird. Like, you just get back-to-back free heals, and then I don't think they free heal you. Besides the Latios cutscene, I don't think they free heal you for the rest of the game. So it's like, it's very weird. They stack them up here, and then like they just kind of leave you to the wolves. I don't know why, but
yeah. The reason I was confused with XY is because in XY you death warp so much that you get a free heal by design, but not really actually.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. So yeah, this fight is pretty straightforward. We abuse the echoed voice move a bit here, and for Makahita, he's very likely to go for a fake out. So we're gonna take advantage of that. Go for an X special and then bubble beam here, and that is a one-hit KO. Bam! Look at that. And now we got our favorite friends. We have our Unovan Traveler. He's from Unova, right? I always mash through it, but he comes from Unova, right? Secret baseman.
Heck if I know.
Well, I'll try and read it really quickly.
He's Mr. Filler.
Yeah. Oh, come on, but like secret bases are cool.
He's as relevant as Licia and her Altaria. Let's be real.
Are you going to say that contests are on the
They're-
same level as
they're-
secret bases.
They're more relevant.
Contests are more relevant?
They're more than one game.
Whoa. No. Secret bases are... Hold on, we're gonna have a problem. Yo, Etiquette, can I get you to sub in for Elliot? Contests. Who likes contests? Yo, chat, type yay. 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 Contests.
Boo.
Alright, we kicked him out. You guys know that in the all Megastones category extension of this game, you have to do contests for 2 hours to get a Lucario Knight? Listen, I'm just saying, okay? Like,
That's pretty dumb.
Etiquette is the one person that has experience with the all Megastone speedrun. Etiquette, would you prefer to play in secret bases for 2 hours or do contests for 2 hours?
Literally, you are on a slippery terrain there because there's actually a secret bases based Megastone that you could get when you get like 1,000 flags or something.
Oh.
All right, Josh.
That is
time for you to
slippery.
do some secret
Wait, no.
bases.
No, wait.
But-
Wait, I
For
changed.
1,000
Hold
flags.
on.
But
Hold
it
on.
is skipped in. It is.
This is no, it's
skipped in
fucked
the
up.
all Megastones
speedrun.
speedrun.
I mean, this is messed up.
Act
Yeah,
up.
messed up. Sorry, I got too into that one. Contests are not my favorite thing. All Megastones. I'm making my own all Megastones.
Yeah, no.
Forget that.
I'm good to do neither of them. You know, I'm fine.
What else is there in Oras? You have secret bases. You have the contest. There's one other thing, I feel like. I forget what it is. Oh, I guess there's like the Battle Resort area. That's kind of like its own thing. Yeah, Battle Resort. Yep.
And the post game.
Delta episode. Love the Delta episode. Love it. Also, this area of the game on my splits, credits to Pulse Effects for giving it this name. It's called Spinner Falls instead of Meteor Falls because this area has a lot of optional trainers. So definitely this movement takes a little while to get down. There's a lot of trainers that have their own movement. You have to make sure you like avoid them. So far we've avoided everyone up to this point, and hopefully got a few more left. Spinner Falls, baby. Once you get it down, it's pretty fun. Do you like Spinner Falls, Wartab?
I mean, once you know how to bike there, it's fine. I personally had more issues with the trains that are hidden under the ashes. To be
Yeah,
honest.
those were the biggest like confidence crusher when like you're first learning the game, because that happened to me. I was like, I think I finally got it. I finally learned it, and then I ran into an ash area with a trainer, and I was like, no, I don't actually know where I'm going. It's like, it's crushing. As you guys see there, this Aron, normally its only problem is having Protect, but it does have Roar. So if that happens, you do just need to switch out. I mean, you could die. You could just die. Actually,
I think it's better to
that's
die
faster.
because of
That's definitely
experience.
faster, yeah.
Yeah, you should die because you are gonna die anyway later on.
Yeah, so if you're doing a trade alt main type of run,
Yeah, you can't do any
cannot
damage.
Yeah, you cannot attack with any other Pokemon. So in that case, Josh could have used Growl, but any other move would not be allowed.
Oh.
I did that in my last turn, actually.
Spinner Falls.
He literally almost sniped me.
Spinner Falls. Spinner Falls. All right, we made it.
Wait, you didn't hit it? I was very confused. Why?
He almost.
I was nervous.
almost-
I was so close. I was so close to hitting him.
That was
That was great though. Yeah,
You
switch
should not
training,
make
the
that.
best way, man. The best way. All right, here we go. We got a double fight here. We got the comment shard you guys saw a minute ago. I was too busy freaking out to talk about that. Common Shard's a lot of money. We're going to sell that in just a moment. It's a lot of money. It's very nice. Very nice. It's like, is it like 15,000? It's something absurd. It's something absurdly crazy.
I don't... 15 or 20,000? I forgot. I know in Gen 7.
It's a lot of money.
30,000.
It's a lot of money. So yeah, this double fight, it's pretty fun. Coughing go boom. That's all. Coughing go boom. And then you just bubble me everything else. I actually, since I don't really speedrun Omega Ruby, I'm an Alpha Sapphire runner generally. Is it, like, guaranteed for it to use self-destruct? Like, I've not gotten that to use anything other than self-destruct up to this point.
I have never seen anything else, but I'm not sure.
It seems like that's pretty, like, very consistent.
Which is just funny to have a Pokemon go boom in that kind of way.
Oh, it's great. I've never seen anything else. There you go. That's great. That's so great. I love
Trust
that.
Etiquette. He has not done enough runs to be sure.
Yeah, Etiquette and Omega Ruby, I've actually never seen him run the game before, actually.
All right. Time for Mount Chimney. It's a pretty funny part of the game. The professor dude, science man, gets, like, slapped. Poor guy.
Yeah, there's a 1 in 16 chance he falls into the water too.
Hopefully we get that range in this run.
Ah, we didn't get the range.
It sucks. Reset.
Ah, it was so close.
Dead run. Now we don't get the torrent manip on the next fight.
That sequence is so awkward in this game. Like, I like that they do this whole 3D stuff, but like, the way like he spins, I don't know, it looks so awkward.
I thought it was 1 in 256. It's actually depending on your MAC address. My MAC address, it's a 1 in 300. War tabs, it's like 1 in 2.
That's only if you pick the boy.
Oh, no wonder we never see it.
Oh yeah, we did we mention why we picked the girl?
Oh, no, we didn't. War tab, you could explain that.
Yeah, so the reason you picked the girl in Gen 6 specifically is because it impacts the nature of whatever the rival will have. So specifically in this run, Grovyle will have rash nature, so negative special defense. So you can attack him with a special move, and he will die. He's going to be more likely to die. I don't know how the range is here, but I guess it's guaranteed. But yeah, it impacts the rival's nature to be more favorable for the run. It's not actually faster per se.
Yeah, it's helpful. Also, the girl's cute in this game. We stan May. Sorry, Brendan, but May is great. Doing some shopping, we sold the Comet Shard, full heals, hyper potions, max repels, nothing too crazy, and I totally messed that up. There we go. And we're just short on the max repels. For me, that's not a problem. I did try that one time to do this with one short repel, and it does work as long as you don't mess up your movement. There's actually something with the new shopping route where we try and not sell Pokeballs to save that menu, so we are a little short on money there, but nothing really too big of a deal. And now we're going to repel. And heal to full. Who's ready to go up the, I forget what it's called, like the escalator thing?
Cable car.
Yeah! Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Who's ready? Escalators!
You lose.
Also, this game does not have a 1 in 256 chance to see a random hiker on the mountain.
RNG really plays a role in this speedrun, huh?
No, but that was actually a thing in Gen 3 when you would go up the cable car.
I only discovered that recently. That blew my mind, dude.
Wait, so there's a chance to have a hiker on there?
Yeah.
He's
like
hitchhiking,
low
dude.
chance.
That's interesting.
All right, Mount Chimney. This part looks beautiful in this game. At least I think it looks beautiful. So, like, saturated. I love it.
Yeah, the fire, the ashes fall from the sky. It's pretty nice, actually, for a 3DS game.
It's a vibe at nighttime / sunset. If you guys have ever played this game at sunset, at this part, it's very beautiful.
Why is Pokemon just so much better in sunset in like every single game?
Dude, sunset's great. It's like the shortest part of the day. And
You
it's
got
like
it for like 30 minutes, and it's the nicest part.
Yeah. God dang. What's up, coughing?
Yeah, so these coughings, I believe, can all go boom, right?
I think they can, but in this run, it's not an issue.
I think the first one can't.
I know the second one. I know this one can. Yeah.
Second one can, and I think the first one is not doesn't have a boom.
Yeah, this one, this coughing can go boom. It only has 2 turns to go boom, or actually only 1 turn, because I don't think, I do think we outspeed it. So we're gonna go for Echoed Voice here. If it does go boom, we do live, and even if we don't, we do have Mudkip here. So if we do want to revive, that is nice. And he will go for Assurance, so no boom. No boom there. See you later, sucker. Yeah, that's something really nice about Piplup here. In Omega Ruby any %, I have not experienced this myself, but this fight's really bad because you need to try and bait self-destruct, right? And if it doesn't, then it's just a really long fight. So that's a shame. That's
this
a shame.
is like quite literally the only part in any % that is better on Alpha Sapphire than Omega Ruby. And even in Alpha Sapphire you can get trolled. Yeah, so the coughing goes boom. Exactly.
We're going to go ahead and, as you guys saw, we gave the Persian Berry. That's going to be important here because we're going to have to deal with some swaggers from Mightyena. And we moved Mudkip to the front. Now, if the Mudkip was dead, then we wouldn't have had to do that. So definitely wouldn't have been bad if the Mudkip did die earlier. But the reason why we're going to put Mudkip in the front is because this Mightyena has Roar. And if he uses Roar when we're setting up on Piplup, then we're going to lose those X items. Because if we go for like +2 X special attack and then we get roared out, then we lose our setup and we lose the X items, pretty much. So we want this Mudkip down so we can't get roared. You can go for a fight where you don't have to do this, but it's very risky. And if you get roared once, then it's really bad. So not recommended. Not recommended. Also, we don't deal with Intimidate, which is also nice. Because depending on if we get swaggered a couple times, then we can go for Rock Tomb against Golbat coming up here. So yeah, we die there right away, so that's good. No swagger or any funny business like that. And we're going to go for +2 X Special. We do get the swagger there, which is not a bad thing necessarily. Get another X Special. It'll go for swagger again, which does mean we have to heal an extra turn. But we can go for Rock Tomb against Golbat, which is a better range than a Bubble Beam would be, unless we end up in Torrent. So we're going to go ahead and heal that up, because we definitely don't want to be confused. And now we should be able to just kind of sweep a little bit.
Imagine a world where using Rock Tomb is safer than doing something else.
Yeah. So we can go for Bubble Beam at +2, but it's actually a worse range. It's a 10 and 16, where Rock Tomb it's 100% range, but it's of course 95 accuracy. So it's a better range for whatever reason. Like, I don't even know that's possible.
Whenever you +4, anything can happen, right?
Yeah, right?
Also, Rock Tomb used to be, I think, like 80 accuracy.
Rock Tomb used to suck, and now it still sucks, but it's less bad.
Now it's like an Air Slash rather than like a Stone Edge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it was 50 damage. Is it still 50? Either 60. Way, yeah, the accuracy is the big thing. Yeah,
and Gen 3 was 50 and 80, and In Gen 6, it's 60 and 95. So very, very much better.
Yeah, it makes it a lot more, a lot more worth using. So we got some plot here. Yo, chat, I have a question. New Archie or old Archie? I love new Archie. He got like the big chain, like I don't know, he looks a lot more like, I don't know.
I prefer old Maxie and new Archie.
Old
You mean the one
Maxie
in
and new
in
Archie.
the new one in Rainbow Rocket?
Rainbow Rocket's the old
is
one.
Old. Yeah.
But it's newer.
No.
It's basically if Ruby and Sapphire's, you know, antagonists succeeded.
Yeah, I think like when you look at the high resolution characters in Ultra Moon, I think I prefer Maxie from Gen 3, yeah.
Yeah, I like old Maxie and new Archie. New Archie is just awesome. He's so
You know, I'm
cool.
not gonna lie, I think I might agree with you, Elliot. Like, the new Maxie's not bad.
He's just such a dweeb. Like,
Yeah,
I guess
he's-
people can like him for that, but I don't. I think that if you're an antagonist, you gotta have some sort of spunk, and he's just super lame.
He
to
seems
me.
like more of like an admin than like a leader.
He's like super duper like, you know, he's a pushover. But then in like the regular games, I thought he was like insane. I thought he was like a madman. You know, like they changed him from being this like really crazy insane
I get
dude
that.
to like this really like big dweeb. I don't know. I guess people like that, but I don't.
I get that. I get what you're saying.
I guess maybe I just get a different vibe because he's in 3D though. So
Yeah, I get that. That makes sense.
I mean, Archie's better anyway.
I agree. Team Aqua.
Yo,
Definitely
true. Yo, Alpha Sapphire, let's go. So yeah, before this route, we moved Piplup back to the front. That's actually really important because if we keep Mudkip in the front, then the repel won't go into effect really, since Mudkip's a really low level.
So
And
George, what was that movement all about when you ran around that wooden tile?
It's called
Listen.
really good movement.
listen, it's part of the manip for this game. There's no manip. I'm joking. Don't listen to me.
Imagine if there was a nip.
Then Josh
Oh.
shouldn't be running this.
That's actually
It only
a very fair
took
point.
4 gyms for the bullying to start. No. Yeah, no. I hate the D-pad on the 2DS. It's that'll be my excuse. Listen, if I was doing this on like the original DS, that movement would be a lot easier. Probably.
But are
You
you on-
got a bigger screen, right?
Yeah.
Are you on the new 2DS or the old one?
the
ugly
new
one?
the new 2DS?
Okay, yeah, because the ugly one is just too ugly.
The ugly one.
Dude, the old 2DS is it's a doorstop. Although it's a great starter capture card. That was my first capture card.
Yeah, it costs like $50.
I remember that thing. The old 2DS, the first capture card they had of it, it was almost like a nipple that came out of it. It was like a big bump. It was very uncomfortable to hold. I mean, the 2DS is just uncomfortable to hold. The 2DS XL is very nice though, except for the D-pad. So Flannery's easy. Just bubble beam, bubble beam, bubble beam. Torkoal's a range, but pretty straightforward. Yeah, Flannery's great. I like Flannery.
She's the easiest gym leader in this run.
Ah!
Didn't you recently find out that was a range?
Yeah, that was because you didn't kill it and I didn't kill it. So it's definitely
Oh yeah, right.
it's definitely some kind of a range. Probably because of like a nature that we didn't know about or something. Because when I calced it, it said it was a 1-hit KO, but see, look, we killed it there. So it's probably like maybe like a 12 and 16 or 14.
Yeah,
16.
I've always killed it, so I was always like, oh, this fight's so free. I just bowled him 3 times.
I think these stats are known because I have ranged for Mudshot there.
Yeah.
Weird.
Might have made a mistake there. I don't know. It's weird because like I usually do killer. Might be like a
Yeah.
14, 16 kind of situation.
Torkoal's defense is like double its special defense, so.
Oh yeah, you surely don't want to bulldoze that with Marsh Dome.
No.
Heck no. All right. Now we're going home. Well, not home, but we're going almost home.
Yeah, so in RS, this is one of the, I think, three times that they ask if you want to be just sent straight over somewhere, which is super nice.
Great feature. Whoever thought of that, Game Freak, love you. Thank you. You're doing great.
Makes traveling a lot easier without fly.
Yeah. Oh, man. Just like without fly, dude. I do love the bike in this game, but not that much.
I'm gonna be honest, watching someone do that movement back to here in Gen 3 just is mega satisfying. When you look at Shiru, for example, when he bikes all the way back to Petalburg, it's just beautiful.
I'm sure you have to avoid a bunch of optionals still, right?
You more than likely have to like pivot around everyone. Probably easier to get around everyone in Gen 3 though.
Actually, what I'm saying is wrong because you don't go back to Petalburg. But once you go from Petalburg to to Marvel, that is so beautiful.
Yeah, you just go straight up.
Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, we got Sing. We got Sing used against us. Here we go. All right, we avoided the Sing. That fight is awful in any percent. That Delcatty has attract. One of the reasons why we make this thing female. Actually, the only reason that we make it female is just for that Delcatty. So you only have to deal with Sing. You know, its accuracy is not very good. So you just got to hope that it doesn't hit. And that's why we have the full heals in part. Yeah, that's pretty much like that is the only reason. Honestly. That is the only fight. So for Linoon here, we're going to go for Rock Tomb, then Bubble Beam ×2. Rock Tomb should make us faster than this. And then we're going to Bubble Beam it ×2, which will make sure this doesn't end up in heal range, because this trainer has a healing item if you get it low enough. So that's good. That fight went well. And this next fight, ooh. This fight is kind of, it looks more nerve-wracking than it actually is. Would you like to explain that, Wartab, the Zangoose fight here?
Oh, with the dire hit? Oh, yeah, right. You still pick the same doors, right? Yeah, so you're going to fight the Zangoose, which will always set up a dire hit turn 1. And it has higher crit rate moves, but they don't kill you from full. So you drop its speed turn 1. I don't know if
yeah, we do that. Yeah, we do Rock Tomb. You could actually skip Rock Tomb, but then it's an 18.8% range. So
yeah,
if you're super duper going for high times, then feel free. But yeah, no.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
That's a bad idea.
And yeah, so you cannot die because you don't die to a crit ever.
Yeah, so we get that slash there, and it's very nerve-wracking because you're like the HP bar it drops like a ton of bricks, but it's you don't die. You don't die. So you just got to make sure that you're fully healed. If you're not fully healed before that fight, it sucks. You don't want that. And now we got Norman.
Norman, who is probably the hardest gym leader of the any percent route, I think. Yeah, probably.
I would say so.
Yeah. I think Gen 3 also knows how bad this can go. But with Piplup, it's actually pretty easy. You can still die, obviously, because slacking hurts. But
yeah, slacking definitely hurts, but it's not that bad of a fight. I'm going to save because, you know, a crit can just ruin anything here. But it's pretty straightforward. There are really two ways that this fight can go, outside of getting crit. You can either get yawns or be asleep. That's one way that the fight can go. Or you don't get yawns and you're not asleep. So, yeah, we're going to set up an X speed. That'll allow us to outspeed everything. And then we're going to X special ×2. And, you know what we're going to do? You know what we're going to do? We're going to echo voice! Yeah, we're gonna use echoed voice. Because that move is just, it's so busted. It is such a busted move.
God, is that you?
Yeah. Listen, man, gotta get that the immersion factor, you know? Anyway, so we do have to stall out a turn here. Probably just... Actually, we could try and stay awake ourselves with an echoed voice. But yeah, the idea is that we want to heal ourselves from sleep during his attacking turn, or else he will try and just go for yawn again. And now it's pretty straightforward. We just echoed voice everything. We outspeed everything. We just echoed voice. And once you get past that initial little road bump, everything is pretty easy.
As long as you get the setup, this fight is pretty much free. And we show our dad in the last hour and 13 minutes that we are better than him.
Yeah! Take that, Dad! You hear that?
He's like, didn't you just like go on a journey like an hour ago? How did you already beat me? I neglect you, but not that much. What happened?
And yes, echoed voice.
I mean, hey, we're just yelling at our dad, right?
Like, go home and see mom once in a while. What are you doing here?
We don't teach Brian there because we do get Surf. That'll be our new water move, which is very nice. And we're almost at Empoleon! No more awkward puberty stage, Pog.
It's super nice that you get Surf right after this fight because
it's great.
Like, you're like just getting to the part of the game where things are about to get like harder, so getting Surf will help immensely.
Yeah, and that's honestly a really nice thing. Just in general with runs, Surf is a very powerful move, and you'll see that we get a gift Pokemon at the Weather Institute. We get Castform, who has a Mystic Water. So if you get, Mystic Water and Surf combo, it's really nice. And even in like randomizer runs, Surf is really valuable because usually you have full HM compatibility turned on. So if you have a special attacking main, you just slap Surf on. And the same sort of idea applies here because Surf is good coverage and Surf is just a really powerful move. And especially when you take a water type and you put the stab on top of it, it's really nice. And you're going to see that we really get to steamroll a lot of the game that is to come with Surf because it's Surf. It's a great move.
Dude, I never heard someone be so excited about Surf.
Surf is great!
And you even forgot something about Surf, which makes this even more awesome. It's a spread move, and later on you will find out why that is really nice.
Oh,
in this game in particular.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we abused the heck out of that. And, it's funny, as someone who is the 4thGenGamer, grew up on 4th-gen games, I was so used to Surf being 95 damage. And when I saw, like, Gen 6, they changed it, so it was 90. I was like, why would they do this? And, like, I was so, like, not against it, but I was just, like, I wasn't used to it, Like, I was like, why would they even...
I mean,
why would they change that? Yeah, with Flamethrower. Yeah. Yep. But it's funny, now that when I go back to, like, Gen 4, I'm like, oh my god, these moves are busted. Why did they ever have it at, like, 95 damage? Like, I'm so not, like, used to that. But now
I'm just happy that they,
I'm
just happy they didn't touch Earthquake, because Earthquake is just...
We love Earthquake.
Earthquake is anonymous, you mash Earthquake and kill everything. Easy.
We love Earthquake. I prefer Magnitude, though. Magnitude is like gambling. It's fun. It's like, because if you go for, Magnitude 10, that's... Oh, it's fun! It's like Game Corner, but like Game Corner, the move. Yo, Chad, have you played Voltorb Flip at all? I've been addicted to Voltorb Flip the last, like, week and a half. I've been addicted. I'm telling you.
I prefer Gen 1 to gambling.
Yeah, but Voltorb Flip. We love Voltorb Flip.
Minesweeper.
Dude, Magnitude is like Voltorb Flip, the move. Doesn't even make sense.
Oh, boy. Either way, over here, we have something that does not show up in the regular games, and that is a little bit of a detour to an island to get a Latios and Omega Ruby and a Latias and Alpha Sapphire.
Beautiful island.
And
Love Southern Islands.
You actually switched to the Latios and Latias in the regular games as your main until you get Kyogre/Groudon, which is pretty unique.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, you main switch twice in any percent, which that's cool. But it's really cool that you switch from your starter to a legend to another legend. That's so awesome. Except in Alpha Sapphire.
I'd
Well,
argue that Latias is not really. It's legendary bad.
yeah. You know, Wartab, I feel like you're pretty qualified to talk about Latios. You want to share a little bit of intel on that?
Well, Latios is a special attack. Like it's an attacker, and Latias is a defender, basically. That's why you see Latias used more often in competitive play, when it was still a thing. And therefore the offensive power of Latias in Alpha Sapphire is sadly lacking a bit too much even on average, and even on your 31 IV in both speed and special attack, which is very possible because you have 3 guaranteed IVs to be at 31 without even manipping. Well, even then, it's not good enough. You still speed tie the troublemakers of the game. You still have really nasty ranges to deal with. And even something as simple as a Grimer does not get one-shot guaranteed by a Latias with stab psychic types. Really sad. And Latias just plows through the game. Doesn't even need Grass Knot unlike Latias. Pretty good. And it learns Fly, which helps a lot too, because then we don't need to catch a flyer.
Yeah, Latias is very unfortunate. If it was just like, even like 5, 10 base stat on the special attack higher, it would make a world of difference. It would make a world of difference, which is just kind of crazy to think. But that's just how it is. You know, come to think of it, I would like to do, imagine a modded run of Alpha Sapphire that gave Latios's base stat total. That'd be kind of funny. A little taste of what it's like to have a good Pokemon. And just to make matters worse, it's kind of cruel. In Alpha Sapphire, you get the worst legendary from a speedrunning perspective with Latios. And you also have to face more challenging Pokemon. So in Omega Ruby, a lot of the Pokemon you face are Nummels and Camerupt. And with Surf, that's pretty easy. Now on Omega Ruby, or rather Alpha Sapphire, you have to face Sharpedos with like Crunch and Ice Fang that can freeze you, and Crunch can like lower your defense. It's really bad.
Yeah, you can't even use Psychic Stab because they're dark.
Exactly. So that's why you need to get Grass Knot for Latias. So it's unfortunate with Alpha Sapphire. Not only do you have the worst Pokemon, but you have to face the more threatening Pokemon, which is a shame.
But thankfully in this, we just use Empoleon.
Yeah, it's Omega Ruby. We have Empoleon. Life is good. You know, can't complain, right? Face Camerupt. You know, we use some nice Surfs. You know, we're looking good. Also, Rough Skin. Yes, Rough Skin is not a welcome ability.
Yeah, Rough Skin is stupid because Grass Knot makes contact, and so you actually trigger a time-losing ability text box, which you obviously don't when you just surf a Camerupt.
Yeah. Pick up the PP Max there. That is going to be used on Surf, because we use Surf a lot. And this is actually really interesting. This was one of the few major changes that I first made after routing this, and it is actually battling this bottom grunt. Battling this bottom grunt first, or rather, not first, but instead of the top grunt. So the top grunt only has 1 Pokemon. This grunt has 2 Pokemon. So as you can see, we also use the Persianberry there. That is for this fight. And the reason why we battle this bottom grunt is because this extra Pokemon right here is the difference between having Empoleon for Rival 3 and not having it. And also, that's a 1 in 16, I think. We just, wow. If that's accurate.
You got swaggered.
Yeah, that is with swagger. That's
oh wow.
Yeah, usually don't kill that. That's really good. Very nice. So yeah, with when you battle that bottom grunt, that 1 extra Pokemon gets you Empoleon for Rival 3, which makes Rival 3 a much better and much faster fight. Because otherwise, you have to do Rival 3 with a Piplup. So it's 1 extra Pokemon, and you can see there we pretty much got the best case scenario. We got swaggered, we got the damage range. It's not that much extra time, and it makes the Rival 3 fight a lot quicker. So definitely worth it. Only face an extra trainer, and also it's a little bit less walking movement as well. So it does definitely get you some extra time there, which is really cool. And with that, we're almost at Empoleon. It should be after this Mighty Anna. Let's go. Look at that. Yo, can we get some pogs for Empoleon? The Emperor, the boy, the king, the one and only.
The only good stage of Piplup.
Excuse you.
Worse than Infernape.
Excuse you. Do not disrespect the king. Look
queen.
at this.
Excuse
What a guy.
you.
You're right.
Female in this throne.
You're okay. The queen. The queen. Yes. All hail the queen Empoleon. And we do not learn Aqua Jet. No, we do not.
Labeling.
Now the fact that Josh set his time at the beginning of the run and his date was gonna matter.
Yeah, that helps even more with the Rival 3 fight. If you did not have the rain, then you don't have a good shot at one-chancing the Grovyle. You don't have any chance. And you do not one-shot the Whalmer. So we definitely want that. We'll come up on that in just a minute. And
yeah.
Honestly, this Rival 3 fight coming up, it was kind of like a perfect storm. Because before I had a Piplup with no rain, and I was like, this fight is going to be so hard. But we're going to put the Mystic Water on from the cast form we're about to get. We're going to have the rain. We're going to have Empoleon. And it was one of those situations I was on, like Pokemon Showdown on like the damage calculator. And I just saw the range on Grovyle go up and up and up. Like, okay, what if we have the Mystic Water? What if it was raining? What if we have Empoleon? And eventually, we got to a scenario where we're able to one-shot Grovyle. It's a 14 and 16 range, which is very favorable. So that's really cool. That is really cool. It makes Rival 3 very quick. Just surf, surf, surf.
Yeah, that is one of those rival fights where Brandon has 0 IV in all stats. Only Rival 2, for some reason, goes up from Rival 1, where he also has 0 IV in every stat, to 24, and then he goes back to 0 until the end of the game. Kind of weird.
Brandon's genning, I'm telling.
I think so too. But I don't think you can blame him for that.
Yeah. I love this description of the joy of figuring out a route. It was so great. I was like, oh my god, what if we make it rain? And that was the last difference maker. So I was like, there's no way it's faster to do an extra battle to get Empoleon. Like, you know, is this really worth it? And it was, which is very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. And almost all dates that you can set on your console will actually trigger rain in this area, but there are a few select dates.
I believe it's 4 out of 5. I think it's like 3 days are rain, 1 day is like thunderstorm, which is still rain, and then the other day is like sun.
Okay, I have actually no idea. I'm just gonna say that you're probably right.
I believe that was Etiquette that told me that one. But yeah, look at that. Just one shot the Grovyle. No Torrent even needed. So that makes this very nice. And one of the reasons why this fight's actually really hard with Piplup is because Slugma actually has... Oh, what's the move? What's the poison move that eliminates stat changes? Clear Smog. Clear Smog, yeah. So it has Clear Smog. So if you try and go with like an X special, it can just use Clear Smog and just get rid of all of your setups. So that fight was really not fun before we did early Empoleon.
And that fight is also pretty funny because every time you do a Wonder Trade race, you rediscover that Slugma has Clear Smog.
Yeah, it's awful.
Every time.
Game Freak was like, we're going to put that specific move on this specific Pokemon, who is the lead Pokemon. Clear Smog.
They knew that people just like to set up and sweep.
Yeah. Who's ready? Who's ready for Kecleon? Kecleon.
Give it Protean and sure.
Are you gonna show us your intriguing battle style?
My what?
Your intriguing battle style.
Oh, yes. I'm going to bring out the purple Kecleon. from Mystery Dungeon.
That should have been the shiny, real talk. So nice.
Kecleon has a very funny cry.
He literally just sounds like a gecko. That's great.
You're right. It literally does. You know what has a really good Pokemon cry?
Kricketune?
Kricketune
Don't do
does.
it.
You know
Oh.
what has also a really good one?
Don't do it.
Jinx. Jinx has a great cry.
I swear.
Hey chat,
Don't-
I have a soundbite of Wartab doing his Jinx impression. Would anyone like to?
Oh.
Can I see a PogChamp in the chat if you'd like to hear Wartab do an impression of Jinx crime? I have it like on the ready. I could do it right now.
That is so mean.
You don't sound very upset with that.
I'm showcasing your talent. Hey, who knows? Maybe there's like a talent agent watching the stream. And they're like, "Wow, Wartab, I want you to do
I
some
should-
voice acting for us."
I should get in touch with Kizaron about this.
Wow.
That was impressive.
Impressive, right?
We stan Wartab. Wow, what a
That
guy.
was Wartab? I felt
That was
Jinx.
Wartab. Yeah, no, you thought that was from like the beta copy, right?
Sounded like Pokemon Stadium Jinx, the Jinx cry from that game. No, that was very impressive.
Thank you.
Wow. You would think that's a bite straight from the game.
Proud of you, Wartab. That was really good. So we got
That's
this
like
fun
how
gym
that was
puzzle here.
Completely unrelated to fighting a Kecleon.
Yeah,
Like,
I was like, you know, how can I bring this into conversation?
oh my God.
Kecleon's cry is so great. You know who else's cry is great?
Casually brings it up.
Oh, I hate you.
Aw, love you too, buddy.
Sufficient.
We're gonna save here. Altaria has Earthquake. Full dangerous.
Yeah, this fight sucks.
This fight sucks with Empoleon because Altaria does have that. But if you get hit into Torrent, which 2 Earthquakes will knock you into Torrent, then it's good, but it doesn't always go for 2 Earthquakes. Here we go.
Good thing it's not Mega. Mega Altaria
So-
is pain.
Yeah, fun fact. Anyone that has played the Drayano ROM hacks, which there are now some speedrun categories for that, which is really cool. Winona in this. Actually, Elliot, you did that with me with Drayano's ROM hack of Rising Ruby sinking Sapphire. Do you want to explain this gym battle in Rising Ruby a little bit?
This gym battle is amazing. You go through the typical Pokemon, and then you get to, Altaria, and you're like, oh, that's the ace. Very cool. And then it literally starts the Mega Evolve, and you're just like, oh, that's not cool. And then it goes for Dragon Dance, and you're just like,
Dragon
oh,
Dance Altaria!
that's really not cool, because this thing will have Earthquake, and it has Pixelate, which makes all normal moves into fairy moves. And if you're trying to use a Pokemon that's weak to fairy, then you're not gonna have a good time. But yeah, Rising Ruby Secret Sapphire, Mega Altaria exists. Not fun.
Not fun indeed. Not fun indeed. Definitely, if you guys want a good challenge, recommend those games. Features Darmanitan and Meteor Falls. A lot of fun stuff.
Yeah,
A lot of
the
fun
admin
stuff.
has their Manatan in Rising Ruby, and has a Life Orb, Sheer Force, Flare Blitz, Rock Slide. It's a competitive Darmanitan. I'll just leave it at that.
And Meteor Falls, like not even that far into the game. As you guys can see, this fight went pretty all right. Not too bad. We did not get the torrent set up from Altaria. We were actually at a perfect HP for that. We were at 93 HP at the start of the battle, and 2 Earthquakes at the absolute highest rolls would have been 92 damage. But it went for Cotton Guard turn 1, which is somewhat common, so we did just need to do an extra X special attack. But hey, we didn't die. We beat Winona, and that's a dub. We'll take that.
Also,
And-
I think that ROM hack would be even better if it added gorilla tactics.
Yeah, might as well just program that into the game and give it to regular
Yeah,
Darmanitan.
just do it all. Do it
Sheer
all.
Force. Whenever you can have a choice band on top of a choice band.
It's evil. I would like to see that game ran because it's very hard. It's very hard. Also, yeah, Spelliper It always goes for Protect. It's a little difficult.
Delaying the
Pokemon.
inevitable is
Yeah,
what
it's like I'm
Poker
plus
does best.
3. Like, what are you doing?
It's like, oh, I wonder if I protect enough if they'll run out of PP.
Do we have any ROM hacks during the marathon? I'm not sure. Or fan
Yes.
games?
We have 2.
That would be cool to promote since we're talking
Yeah.
about it.
Headbob doing a red plus plus.
Ooh.
That's cool. I'm friends with the developer of that.
And if you can stall a second, so figure out what the second was.
Yeah,
Over
so
here,
ROM hacks are a lot of fun. Great way to diversify your speedrunning portfolio. How we doing?
Over here, we're going to Mount Pyre, just trying to avoid all the spinners. Josh actually did a very nice movement. And he should get a free heal over here for Mount Pyre from this nurse.
Okay, we have Gaiden too, which is gonna be a bit later.
That's exciting.
And I actually was wrong because there's also Crystal Clear, so it's actually 3.
Ooh, Crystal Clear is where you can like start wherever you want in Crystal, and you can find like all Pokemon in the wild.
Whoa, really?
I think.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Make sure you guys check out the schedule in the chat, !point schedule, and take a look at all the awesome runs that we have. Because there's a lot. I know there's like, I saw like Pokemon Battle Revolution as well. You know, Pepe Jam the speedrun. Lots of cool stuff. So make sure you guys are looking at the schedule and everything. Shout out to everyone that's put together this marathon because it's a hell of a lot of work. So shout out to everyone behind the scenes, running the stream, putting together the graphics. You guys are great.
Hit that follow button if you're new.
Yeah, follow. There's a podcast, right? Podcast every month on this Twitch.
I had to do the YouTuber voice.
Yeah, 4-way black race. That's going to be really fun. The black race is really cool because that's going to be 2 people running Stoutland and 2 people running Embor, right? That's going to be really cool.
Ooh, so 2 of the routes. That's cool.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting.
A lot of fun stuff. I want to really see that Crystal Clear one. Like, I've never really gotten to see the game, so this will be really.
It's really cool to see just like how many different runs are part of the marathon. Like a big diversity of category extensions, spin-off games, fan games. It's very cool.
I'm excited.
It's very cool. By the way,
The category extensions blew up a lot too, and that's nice to see.
yeah, it's a good way to try out some new runs and also like try out routing some runs if you have some experience with speedrunning. By the way, this part of the game is just kind of surf the speedrun. It's pretty straightforward, which is one of the reasons why it's a great beginner speedrun. If you guys have enjoyed this run here and you want to try it for yourself, if you go to speedrun.com and look up on the search bar, look up ORAS. Just literally ORAS, no dashes, nothing. One of the results that should come up is XY ORAS category extensions. If you go on that and you go on the guide section, you should see notes for this run. There are beginner notes and there are more intermediate notes. So definitely try this run out. It's a lot of fun, even if you can't record it. I've had people try it out on their own, and it's a really fun run. I could trade you the Piplup that you need, and you can let me know how you do. And if you do have a capture card or if you have a webcam or something that can record it, you could submit your time. And it's definitely gotten a lot of people that haven't even done speedruns into like trying it. I know, Elliot, you've done a few runs, and I think it's definitely helped you learn just more about ORAS for sure, right?
Yeah, honestly, just it really gets you into the system of speedrunning without like all the resetting and having to worry about IVs. Like, you know, obviously whenever it comes to speedrunning regular games, you will have those issues, but this is a nice way to just like try to get some of the movement down, getting to know the items, getting to know some ranges. Like, it gets you a little bit familiar, so that way if you do want to run, you know, any percent, you will at least be more knowledgeable about it before, you know, if you were to just do it raw.
Familiarize yourself more with like the spinner movement, item locations, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like after doing a few Empoleon runs, I've only done like 3. So like even after only doing like 3, I feel like I could do any percent and probably get like an okay time in comparison to like if I didn't ever do it. So it's really good. It's a nice gateway.
Yeah, for sure. And at the same time, it also allows you to get more familiar with sort of the more trivial parts of the game that don't change, like where trainers are located, where items are located, you know, what items are in what shops. And if you do want to shift over to any percent, you could focus more of your knowledge on the more any percent niche knowledge, like damage ranges and movement in terms of like menus and stuff. So it's very cool. Also, I'm actually not using either of those notes. I have a marathon copy that I made that gets rid of a lot of the information, so I can just glance over quickly and make sure I don't forget anything. So we're going back to Slateport. One of the biggest bops, by the way. Big fan of Slateport's town theme. It's so good.
Slateport just gives me that like fun vibe, especially in this game where you have like that outside market. You have like the
dude, I love the
contest.
market. Like you go there and you go shopping. You get the Alakazite. Like you're jamming.
Yeah, what I really like about it is just how like it feels like you're at like a festival. It feels like you're like out at like, you know, one of those like events that will be outdoors. You have all these like little like you have like the really good food. You have like all of like the fun games you can play. Like it's a nice festival.
There's a great orchestrated version of Slateport by Braxton Burks. Highly recommend that you guys listen to it. It's just a beautiful theme. Go listen to it. You're going to be dancing. It's going to feel great. It'll make your day better. Like, Braxton Burks, if you guys don't know, does like Pokemon reorchestrations. And it's a really good one. Unfortunately, though, we have the bike, which is lame because we hear the bike theme.
Shouts to Sir Shield that doesn't have a bike theme.
True.
No, probably too lazy to do it.
Yeah. I would like if they gave you the option of being able to toggle that music being on or off. Like that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Probably a little niche, but you know.
Yo, is there any way that we could route? Can we route Eon Flute into any percent? Is there any way? The soaring in the sky theme is one of the best themes in any Pokemon game.
So slow. I remember when I tried to time in Elite Four Round 2 going from Little Root Town to Petalburg with the Eon Flute, and already
Etiquette kept it in the notes as a joke, and I did it one time because I thought he wasn't joking.
That was me.
I got dunked.
Yeah, and
you're probably so happy, and then you're like,
I was so happy. I was like, go on the Eon Flute in E4 round 2. What? Oh my god, I love the Eon Flute. And Wartop was like, you're still doing that?
It's so slow. It's like just getting in the air is slower than biking to Petalburg.
Sadness.
But the animation is pretty.
And you have like the little flute sounds. It's very, very pretty. Yeah, we got more of Surf the Speedrun here. It's pretty nice. You know, Empoleon's just he's very powerful. Chunky boy. Very chunky boy.
Boy?
Girl. Chunky. Chunky girl. Yes. And then we're on our way to Rival 4.
One of the worst fights.
Usually. But now it's just echoed voice, the speedrun. Yeah, a lot of the speedruns surf in echoed voice.
Yeah, in this case, Brendan is going to have double team on his Swellow, so
yeah,
that's where the fight gets a little rough, but...
Yeah, fortunately, you don't have to deal with Sceptile being annoying in any percent. You have to deal with Sceptile potentially using Detect, which sucks because normally you have Latios going for Fly. I'm not sure about Latios actually, but I know Latios we go for Fly. And if you use Fly and then it uses Detect, then it just throws the whole fight out of whack. Is the AI on that fight random? I actually don't know about that fight.
Yes, it is. And for some reason, the Sceptile also does not have a grass move.
Wow, I didn't know that one. That makes sense why it doesn't switch into Sceptile then. Mm-hmm. Right? Probably.
Probably, yeah. I think. Maybe. Does the Piplup have 31 IVs? Yes. And what nature? It is modest.
No egg moves as well. It's just, I think, like Pound's Growl to start with.
Correct. It's starting at level 7. But it's traded.
Yeah, so we do get the boosted experience. It is worth noting that, you know, we do get the trade boost experience. However, we do not get the international boosts. That is one of the rules, is that you cannot have an internationally traded Pokemon that will give it an even bigger boost. Because then that's just... this is already broken as is, getting the trade boost experience. You throw on the international boost and it's even crazier. So, I actually have an interesting question to ask you guys in chat. If there was a Pokemon they would like to see a trade alt main done with, maybe because you think it would be cool or you just love the Pokemon. Doesn't even have to be this game. What would you like to see run? Could be this, could be any game. Snom? I've done a Snom run, like, before trade alt main was really like a thing. Snorlax, Tentacruel, Turtwig. I want to do Chimchar. I'm also curious how...
active voices.
Yeah, that was really good, actually.
That was...
Thank God.
He was supposed to do accuracy.
Yeah. Monk S.
We take those.
Ampharos, Larvitar, Slugma, Shuckle. Someone was working on Shuckle for Sword and Shields. I want to see how Hippopotas would do. Hippowdon's slow, but, like, I just love Hippowdon. I feel like Hippowdon's one of the most, like, underrated Pokemon. Like, no one talks about Hippopotas. It's so good.
Oh yeah, it's so good because it raises Sandstorm every time it enters the battle.
Listen, alright, it's gonna be in its own meta. It's fine. Okay, we get detected, but that's fine.
You can run Sandforce.
That's true. Tropius, that's interesting.
Dude, Flygon with Dick would be amazing.
Yeah, the best Pokemon to route X and Y with, right?
Yeah. There's a Swish trade alt routing contest, and the Pokemon for that is Dedenne. Whoa! That doesn't sound very good.
Yeah, Dedenne's ability is nice with berries, but that's pretty much it. The Cheek Pouch. Otherwise, you probably would run pickup and just hope for good items.
Yeah, that sucks. All right. We're going into the base.
Don't get lost, please.
Yeah, I was going to say, as an Alpha Sapphire runner, I get very lost here. This is the exact opposite layout as Alpha Sapphire.
It's like literally inverse.
It's so...
And it's even nastier than just being inverse because like, the area is inverse, but the trainers are not in the same...
Yeah, they're all in different locations. It's ridiculous.
Hurts my head.
Shedinja. Ooh. Shedinja. Shedinja, you wouldn't be able to do it. How would a Shedinja trade alt main, like, how would the rules even work for that? Like, would you start out with the Nincada, then once you get the Ninjask, you box the Ninjask?
Yeah, because you can't evolve it until like level 20, right? Or 15 or something like that, so.
Yeah.
That'd be a little sus.
Yeah, it's a bit interesting.
Why everyone want to do the weird things?
That's what I'm saying. Nice. Like, people always ask me, like, do this run. Do I do this run where, like, you can only do this or only do that? And I'm like, sometimes they're good ideas. Because I've done some really stupid stuff. Like, sometimes I'm like,
fun Pokemon. They want
why would I want to do this with my time?
They want to know if it's possible.
Someone asked me, no hate against this person at all. But someone asked me to do a speedrun on slow text. I was like, why would I want to do that? That just doesn't sound fun.
Because torture is great. Until they see you do it, and then they get bored and leave. And then you're there to burn.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're going to get the Master Ball here. Now, we can go for a Master Ball skip here, which would require us killing the Groudon. But Groudon's very strong.
Yo, Etiquette, he did it. He picked up the Master Ball.
I messed that up once. It was very sad.
You gotta make sure you're diagonal.
Yep. Yeah, the reason why Groudon's so rough is because you have that desolate land, which is terrifying.
Yeah, you can't hit it with water moves.
You can't hit it with water moves, and by the time we get up an Echo device, it'll probably just kill us. And
yeah, with Precipice Blades.
Grass Knot, I mean, Grass Knot might be okay, but
probably do like 40%. I wouldn't like even be a 2K, I don't think.
Yeah, this is Could be a fun YOLO try, maybe. But, yeah. Yeah, only super effective is cool. You guys know Shenanigans. He did a fire red, leaf green, super effective only. That was like in 5 hours or something. So like that's fun. But like slow text only, I'd rather not do that.
If you have a stupid idea for a run, you can probably check if Chen has done it, and there's like a 50% chance he has done it already.
He did 3 screens at once, all different hitmons, like last week.
He did the I have to get a Zigzagoon to level 100 and beat the game with
I want to do that. That looks fun.
fun.
That
Yeah,
looks... It's like gambling. It's the Pokemon lottery. We should make that an official category.
What's with you and gambling?
Voltor Flip has changed me.
I'm gonna see you like at like friggin' Atlantic City one day, and you're just gonna be like, I lost all my money.
Listen, man, Voltor Flip is like a way of life. Also, this fight is awful if you don't have a spread move. It's very bad. The Pokemon have Roar. I think they have Sand... Do they have Sand Attack?
Yep.
Yeah, they have Sand Attack. It's really not fun if you don't have a spread move, which some Pokemon you just don't get. Some options include Surf. What are the other moves?
Hyper Voice, I think.
What was it? What's the move? Incinerate.
Bulldoze.
Yeah, Bulldoze is an option. Incinerate's an option. Blizzard if you have enough money in the department store.
Blizzard.
Yeah.
I mean,
If you want to miss.
you could also go get Rock Slide, but I think that would take longer than just beating them.
Yeah, if you don't get Surf or Incinerate, it's rough. It's rough. Or Bulldoze.
Have fun.
Yep. But hey, we got Surf, so it's very nice.
Yeah, and there's also a funny thing is in the post game in the Delta episode, there's a mirrored fight of that where they all evolved and get a Mightyena, 5 Mightyenas, all with Intimidate.
They
If you
all
want
have
to see a
Intimidate.
console.
Do you even lead with Groudon for that?
I think they teach Incinerate for that still, because I think that Earthquake is a range at -5.
Jeez. Also, I didn't know that spread moves have their own accuracy for every Pokemon. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do Blizzard.
Yeah, don't do that.
I didn't know that until learned something new. All right. Now we got Tate and Liza. This is one of those moments, as Wartab was mentioning earlier, where
we pray that it goes well.
That, but also having Surf is really nice. Having Surf is a godsend. This fight coming up here.
For anyone running Gen 3, just watch, please.
How is it in Gen 3? Bad?
It is X Speed Adapt.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Yikes. That sucks. Gen 3 runners are crying. Oh, Gen 3 runners, let me show you why Oras is the wave.
Yeah, in Ruby Sapphire it's bad. In Emerald, I think it's not great, but it's also not bad like in Ruby Sapphire. In Ruby Sapphire, I don't remember the odds of winning. It was just awful. I just know that if you're not at a certain health going into the battle, which you cannot always manipulate unless you lose a lot of time, you are in big trouble.
So yeah, this fight is pretty straightforward. There's a chance of Sunny Day and Light Screen happening from the Solrock and Lunatone, which would be bad. But it's not too common with Empoleon.
Shout out to Tan Lancer for not having Claydon and Xatu in this game.
Yeah, it's a lot easier in this. Interesting enough, though, if you do like a randomizer run or a sleep lock, like, you know, try to beat him one sitting as like a Nuzlocke for casual players, this is the part of the game where like these levels spike. They really spike here.
Yeah, they get to level 45, like out of nowhere.
Yeah, so you can get kind of blindsided by this fight.
Yeah, then the next gym is lower level again.
Yeah, it's this specifically blindsides you. And you know, some people will play, I've done this before, with the difficulty setting of all gym leaders have 6 Pokemon. So you look at a full team of like level 45 Pokemon, and like this gym will be harder than the next. And you know, for those of you guys that know the Nuzlocke rules, once a Pokemon dies, it's dead. So like this gym can really blindside you, but fortunately for the speedrun, it's 2 Pokemon, and the level is not really that big of an issue. Yeah, we're going to surf on Empoleon, and then with our ally, we are going to go for an X special on our Empoleon. And it's actually really interesting. Wartep, you want to explain why we kill off the Mudkip?
Okay,
Purposely.
yeah, so so first of all, we can use X items on our ally, which was not possible in Gen 3, which makes this fight already much better than in Gen 3. And the second reason is we need Mudkip because it has strength, and it has, I mean, doesn't have surf, but it could have surf. But we need it for Victory Road. But we also have battles in Victory Road that are double battles, and there are 2 fights, and they can be tedious to do. So we want a dead Mudkip in our party, and our main Pokemon, so we don't trigger those encounters and waste a lot of time.
Yeah,
so later
so
we'll make sure to PC heal the Empoleon without PC healing Mudkip by accident.
yeah, if you do that in accident, that sucks, because then you have to kill off the Mudkip, so you don't have to deal with those double battles. But yeah, it works out really nicely because the Mudkip is actually a really integral part of that battle. Not only do you get to set up the Empoleon there, so it can just one-hit KO the Solrock and Lunatone, but you get to also kill off the Mudkip in the process, so it works out really nicely.
It's really upsetting how you pick Mudkip in the beginning of the game, and then you get traded to Piplup, and then you're like, okay, Mudkip, you're going to be my HM slave. I'm going to take you out of the PC whenever I need you. Goodbye. Like, oh,
That's so tragic.
Poor starter Pokemon that's supposed to be your companion now is, you know, just your leftovers. Feels bad, man.
Sorry, Mudkip. We love you. And Mudkip's going to be
Also-
dead for the rest of the run.
Yeah, he's just going to be...
He's either going to be dead or in the PC.
He's just going to be dead, and, like, in order to use strength, you're just going to need to, like, bash him into the rock.
That's
Pretty
so-
upsetting.
I never thought of it like that.
We need like an animation of someone just like making a speedrun for like Empoleon % and just have you like the trainer like bashing the Mudkip into like a freaking
Dude, and then for
rock.
like rock smash, you literally just
I
like...
guess I break it.
Oh,
Like, you know,
God.
like
It's like
jump
the
in the
episode of
air.
SpongeBob. Like we have technology, and like Patrick's like smashing the computer down. That's like what we do with Mudkip.
Yeah. It's pretty upsetting. And in order to like ride the waterfall, you're gonna need to like have him like take water in his mouth and spit it out or whatever. It just...
Did you
just
plan this out?
imagining it
Was
all.
this like part of like your commentary plan?
You know, I was just thinking about it. He's dead. I don't know, and he's being used for HMs. It's upsetting. But then I just started thinking about it more, and it's funny.
Talk about an
sadistic, I know.
existential crisis.
Yeah.
So we're gonna teach a dive here to Latios, who is alive.
And speaking of dive, big shoutouts to this game because they actually force you into Steven's house, so you get dive. I remember when I played through this game before, like through the original games, I just could not find dive ever.
Same with Rock Smash in Marvel. You have to go in like that random house in the bottom right. to get
True,
Rock
I
Smash.
always forgot that when I did like Gen 3 like speed choice playthroughs. Also, what the hell? That was weird. Must have been like a very specific position my bike was in for that not to register.
Like crashed into it, I think.
Yeah, sometimes you'll run into those issues. Interesting enough, if I understand this correctly, Wartab, correct me if I'm wrong. When you're setting up to surf somewhere, or even like pick up berries, it's better to use the D-pad rather than the circle pad, because the circle pad can cause some lag if you're not at a perfect 90-degree angle. I'm not sure the reason for that. It's very weird, but that's just kind of the
I
case.
don't know. I think it does the same with the D-pad, to be honest.
I've had much more
It is
consistent
something.
results.
It is something about the bike, really.
I think it's all
The
about
bike-
the angle that you hit it at.
It's not just that, because even when you do it with the D-pad, is if you crashed into the water, there's like some delay sometimes. It's kind of weird. You just have to be smooth and just release the circle pad just before you arrive at the water, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I just know I always mess it up.
Yeah, it's a very weird sort of like mechanic, but you know, the faster that you can pop up that surf dialogue box, the better. Say we're doing this nice puzzle.
Are you saying it's better to go fast in a speedrun?
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow,
you know why?
crazy.
It's faster.
That's what I've been doing wrong all this time.
I was trying to go fast, but then my body just rejected me. It was like, no, you can't go fast. Stop me from doing so.
So we're approaching the Maxie fight. We have this one grunt fight, then we have one more that is Maxie. And then we have a nice little cutscene. This part of the game has some very beautiful cutscenes. Also,
cutscenes that you use the restroom for.
Yes, I totally forgot to PP heal here. I forgot to PP max. That's what I forgot to do. Probably echoed voice this? Is that my best option? Yeah, this is little rough, but not too bad. Should be a 2 or 3 hit KO here. PP max should be done right before Rival 3, I think. That was a recent change. But yeah, luckily we have echoed voice, so that is very nice. We'll go ahead and PP max right now.
It's all by improvising.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Gotta improvise. All right, here we go. PP max.
It's super nice that you get this actually, because then Surf will have 24 PP instead of just, what, like 15?
15, yeah.
It's like a lot of PP.
A lot.
Yeah, on the bike. Yeah.
So it's funny, this like strength puzzle you can do in like 5 different ways and be able to get through it. Meanwhile, in
I'm really
Ruby
bad at doing this on my bike. Bike is
It's
so annoying with this.
too fast. Poor me not even wearing a helmet. I sure had a really, really fast bike.
That was not too bad for doing it on the bike.
That was nice.
Thanks. Who's ready for Maxie? Got some Mega Evolution coming up here.
Chat, are you a fan of Groudon or Kyogre?
I'm a big fan.
Of who?
Groudon! Alpha Sapphires made me hate Kyogre.
Kyogre is cooler.
It's really funny.
It's a dinosaur!
As a kid, I liked Ruby, and later on, I am more of an Alpha Sapphire person, and yeah, I think I'm more of a Kyogre person these days. I like Kyogre
Big
more.
dinosaur!
I don't even know why I'm talking to Josh. I just prefer Elliot at this point.
Orcas, man, they're sick.
Dude, Josh, you have so many wrong opinions. It's insane.
Listen, buddy.
Yeah, like he's
That's
running.
the right opinion.
Piplup. Like I think that was the first issue.
Hey! This thing's a champ! This thing's putting in work. Don't deny the Emperor.
It's because it's Empoleon. I was talking about Piplup.
Son of a gun. Hey, we hit a 12 and 16. That's cool.
I think we could ask Platinum glitchless runners what they think about Piplup and
It's great. That's really bad there.
and Prinplup.
Go for Rock Tomb there so we outspeed Crobat. Cool fun fact. Cool deal there. Yeah, these Pokemon are troopers, man. Look at them. In the water. or in the lava. This fight looks so cool.
How are they just standing on the lava? That's... Ooh.
Dude, they're troopers, man.
Jesus.
Alright, so that's Maxie. Pretty straightforward.
I prefer the blue background. Is this the same background as for Lysandre?
It's a little different. It's very similar, though.
I just
Yeah,
really
they're
missed that.
similar.
Now we got a cutscene. The dinosaur awakens.
I would not have been surprised if they had reused that.
Game Freak. All about reusing things since Generation 6.
See, Gen 6 is the OG. Gen 6 is what they keep bringing stuff back from.
And then there's Gen 8 where if you're inside a building, you'll have like a yellow background or whatever, like a green background. They can't even show like the indoors.
Oh, it's so sad.
They put you in like where like Squidward's having his existential crisis and going future. Like he's in that room in Sword and Shield.
Yo, look at this cutscene though. This cutscene's dope. I love this. Look at Groudon. What a guy. He's mad.
Also, Maxie breaking rules of Pokemon. Normally, when you lose a battle, you're not supposed to continue whatever you were doing. That is nasty.
Wow.
Very disappointing.
Maxie's just...
Yeah, but without that, we couldn't ride the dino.
The run would be over.
You win! Alright, split.
Yo, look at his smile! Oh my god, Maxie has like some kind of a grin. I didn't even realize that. He's like, he's staring down at you.
Just like, look what I've done. I've brought heat into the world. I don't know why I did this, but I just did it.
Groudon's better than Kyogre. It literally has its own. Look at it. It has a plot of lava. Look at him. Imagine a speedrunner liking a cutscene. I love this cutscene. Oras, I think, has a nice balance of cutscenes. I really do. I think Oras does it right.
I hate whenever you're in Sutopolis and they're just talking for like
No,
7
that is
minutes.
not a cutscene. That is just unnecessary dialogue.
That's yapping.
That is quite literally cutscenes where you just smash.
Well,
And that's
okay.
why they were already thinking
Like-
about doing Sun Moon, I'm pretty sure.
Like non-mashing cutscenes, I feel like Oras does it right.
Yeah, the little like you know, animations and stuff are cool.
Yeah.
I love whenever you're in the beginning of the game, you said those random beauty flies just like flying.
Make a cutscene long enough and it's a bathroom break. That is very true. My split name for Groudon coming up is Restroom because that's what it is. It's a bathroom break after you catch it. Which, you know, I won't be taking here, but it's very nice, especially 90% because, you know, this run we cut out the first 15 minutes of catching tutorial and all that because we need to get to a trade point to get Piplup. But yeah, no, it's love that bathroom break. Shout out to that cutscene coming up. We love you.
I keep forgetting that this game just has like a ton of chibis. Like, look at how they look. They look so ridiculous.
Yo, chat. I want you guys to vote on the chibi style, all right? Do you like or not like the chibi art? I like it. Keys hates it.
I like
hates
it.
it.
It's just I
I
feel
like
it's out
it.
of, I feel like it's out of place.
Out of place. I like it. I think it fits the Hoenn vibe.
Weird. I don't think it's a Pokemon thing.
I don't dislike it necessarily, but I prefer the Sun and Moon art style.
Yeah, like it doesn't look bad. I just imagine like a mainline, like a new, like imagine like Gen 8 was like this, or like Gen 7.
No,
or,
I think
like,
I think
XY.
this was the style of Gen 6.
It's like a remake, like, you know, kind of vibe,
Like I
guess.
get it. They do look ridiculous. They do look ridiculous. But the art style, I don't know. Like, I think it's cute. I think it's cute. Like I get it.
It was just interesting that they went with this style. I don't think of Chibi when I think about Pokemon.
Yeah.
Really?
You know, I think, honestly, when you look at the evolution, you know, gen to gen to gen, like, the trainers kind of just get a little taller every time.
And
Like,
then
a
you
little
just
more
go like
life size.
Oras, and then they just go like shrink.
Yeah, I feel like Gen 6 was, like, the next step in that evolution. Because then Gen 7, they're a little more...
like this, though.
No,
It was
X
only
and Y
Oras.
was. No, X and Y was. X and Y was chibi. In
Yeah,
terms
it
of, like,
was.
proportions.
There
Yeah.
were some ball trainers that had more reasonable proportions, but it was overall still the same as this.
I feel like it was less, but
Yeah, it was a little bit less, but this one is obviously worse.
Let's Go art style was honestly, Let's Go wins in terms of art style. It's just too bad that Let's Go... Okay, I shouldn't talk about Let's Go. I'm going to sit here for like an hour complaining about it.
it's a catching simulator.
Joy-Cons.
There you go.
There's my rant.
It's
Joy-Cons.
just a catching simulator. It's not a simulator. You just catch. All the
Yeah.
time. The entire purpose.
Yeah. That's how you get experience. You don't battle, you catch.
Let's go.
It looks really good.
It looks and sounds beautiful. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is the most visually appealing while also being the most advanced out of any Pokemon game to me.
I think Pokemon Red is pretty good too.
Oh yeah, Red, you know, Pokemon Red, you know, is You know, you got
Yeah,
the,
I feel like Smurfy really showed us how
the
great
graphical
Pokemon
pro
Red and
is.
Blue can look whenever you go into like all the glitch menus. It looked really good.
Now 3DS. Love these graphics right here. Nice and vibrant.
Yeah, Gen 6 like looked pretty good.
Gen 6 has
7
its own. I get what Gen 6 is going for. Now Gen 8,
Gen
I do
7
not
had
know
its
what Gen
own.
8's going for. Gen 8's kind of in its own little.
Gen 8 has like the most beautiful parts and then like the ugliest parts. Like you go into like the wild
Yeah,
area
it,
and you have like the friggin' sand blowing in your face. You can't even see like the raids from like a mile away. And then you have like this sun by the water and it's like, oh, it's really nice.
Why are we even commenting on looks when we have this disgusting music playing right now?
Oh, come on. Drought music's great. Drought music's great. Compared to flood music, no. Drought music wins.
But you gotta hear like the rain like splashing down.
No,
it's soothing,
dude,
it's
the
nice.
drought's the vibe. Like, it's all bright out. Like, no one's air conditioner's probably working, and they're all like pissed. Like,
We're
dude,
dying.
that's the like they're not hydrated. Like, dude. No, this is it. Like, I could hear the ice cream truck in the distance trying to like.
I think the drought music fits better, but the flood music is so much better.
I agree. Yo, Cave of Origin music's pretty cool. Even though it's also
I love this part. It's
music
so
somewhere
cool.
else, right? But it's nice.
Except in this game, you don't have a Kyogre that rees at you all the time.
I love Kyogre's cry.
Groudon's still kind of Groudon sounds a little more like unsettled. I don't know.
He's pissed, and Kyogre's pissed as well. But
He's
Kyogre
like,
also-
you didn't do the dishes. You didn't take
They're
out the garbage.
Yeah, they're a different type
You
of
knew
piss.
where that was going, what you were about to say.
Yeah, but they're a different type of piss. They're just listen. Either way, this part's really cool though. You get to literally
Ride the dino! I love
Put a
riding the
hazmat-
dino. It's so
put a
great.
hazmat suit on and just ride them.
Ride that dino, dude. Ride that dino. Look at that. Ah, so pretty. Now here comes Groudon. This kicks the Alpha Sapphire part right in the butt. This is so good. Look at that. Look at Groudon.
I will not stand for this hateful speech.
I still
Alpha
think
Sapphire, so
Kyogre's
much
cooler.
better. Yeah, it's so much better, especially when you're almost taller than Kyogre.
Is it bad? I need to make another sub-in etiquette joke. Etiquette, you're on standby? Warchab's about to revolt. See, Etiquette has taste. He's an Omega Ruby stan.
I want to hug a Groudon.
Are you guys ready? Look at Groudon here.
I'm gonna copy paste something that Etiquette posted in chat earlier, just so you know.
Wait, I need to do my Groudon impression. You guys ready? Look at this. Ah! I think that was pretty good. Flood is dope. Only good part of Alpha Sapphire. Yeah, Flood's cool. Flood's cool as the music. Drought's cool as like the overall.
Oh yeah, and Etiquette likes Let's Go.
Let's Go has its strengths. Listen, if you take out the fact that there's no abilities and the way to get XP is dumb and, you know,
No
eggs
ability,
weren't a
no
thing,
health item.
no Switch Pro controller usage. Besides all
Besides
that,
that,
no
you
new
can
evolutions,
steroid-
no like Crobat Steelix.
You
know.
can steroid your Pokemon with candies.
Yeah, I mean, like,
You can
besides
make
all that,
level,
the games are really good.
You can make a level 5 Growlithe stronger than a level 80 Pikachu. This is great.
Yeah. Besides all that, it's great. All right, we're catching Groudon.
And then we get to stretch. Probably go take a shower.
Do my taxes.
Go to the grocery store. check out the schedule of Pokemon Speedruns, marathon.
Here he is. It's a shiny. No, it's not shiny.
Shiny locked in fourth.
Yep. It's too bad. Desolate Lands.
Because Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre have amazing shinies.
So we're gonna Master
theoretically,
Ball.
would you try to beat this normally?
No.
With your water moves? It's ground fire.
Yeah, it'd be great if we could.
All right, so that's Groudon. So now we have a cutscene that's like a few minutes long. So make sure you guys get up and stretch. Maybe get a snack. This is a good opportunity. And take a look at the schedule. Exclamation point schedule in the chat. After this, we have a 4-way any % race of Pokemon Black with Sinstar, Crafted, Skoa, and Cosmo. It's going to be 2 Stoutland versus 2 Emboar. It's going to be really awesome. We have another... How much longer do we have in this run? What are we at right now? We're at 2:13. We have like another 45, 55 minutes left in this run. And then we'll have the 4-way race. We have Pokemon Stadium, Pocket Gaiden, Pokemon Green, Pokemon Rumble, Pokemon Battle Revolution, all runs going on today. So very exciting. Guys have any specific runs you're looking forward to?
Please tell me you didn't learn that by heart.
Oh, I memorized it. No, I actually didn't. I have it pulled up.
And then tomorrow we have all this also embedded in my head.
You guys have any runs you're specifically looking forward to? Chat, that goes to you too as well. Do you guys have any runs you're looking forward to?
Pokemon Moon.
I personally can't wait for the Pokemon Omega Ruby trade alt main Pokemon Empoleon run.
Oh, great.
By the 4thGenGamer.
Okay, all right. I know you're a big fan of the 4thGenGamer, but
no,
you're a little obsessed with him.
I was more of a fan of Wartab commentating it.
Oh, well then you'll love Wartab's speedrun of Pokemon Moon with alt main Pokemon Toucanon.
I can't wait for that. It's gonna be great. I also really can't wait for honestly. The 2v2 with Stoutland and Emboar sounds really fun.
That's going to be
and
great.
Crystal Clear. I really want to see the Crystal Clear. That sounds really cool.
That's going to be fun.
That'll be tomorrow.
Honestly, there's a lot of really good runs. I'm looking forward to... Man, there's so many good ones. Like the Diploma run with Etiquette looks fun. I'm looking forward to seeing Toucanon with Wartab. We have a Sword and Shield 3-way race with Sword, Shield, and Candy Floss.
Ooh, we have
Nox doing a DLC speedrun. There are so many good runs. I'm looking forward to a lot of these, actually. This is going to be great.
Pretty sweet.
Looks like it's going to be a fun time.
I love how they just randomly just throw you into text like right away at this point. It's like, okay, here you go.
Save the world. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, and the grand finale is a 4-way yellow race. That's very cool. Once again, great job. Thank you to everyone that's helped put this marathon together. You guys are great. It's my first time participating in any speedrun marathon as a runner, but it's also my first time doing PSR 2020, or just PSR marathon in general, so it's been a lot of fun. It's been a very good time.
Just want to say this one more time. If you guys are new, make sure you guys are following the channel.
Yeah, right, Mr. YouTuber.
Sorry. Hit drop a like.
Join the notification squad.
Hit that bell. Okay, I'm done.
Now we got Wallace puzzle. This is a fun one.
Yeah, this puzzle is like very different from Ruby Sapphire. You can go diagonal in it, and I feel like you can mess it up like 17 times yet still rebound and fix it if you you angle it correctly.
Sometimes.
If you angle it correctly, but there's also a lot of different ways.
If you mess up correctly, you can correct it. There you go.
And if you mess up very badly, then yeah.
I will be saving before the puzzle.
No. There's no saving for that in a marathon, please.
No saving? Why?
I will not allow this to happen.
I would rather see you battle all those optionals in the bottom, especially if you
Alright, I won't mess it up.
Final floor.
If you mess it up, you gotta get punished.
I won't mess it up. I'll do it quick as well. Easy. See, even in my notes, I have it as save before puzzles, question mark. So, you know, hey.
Question mark implied. Why would he do that? Like, the question mark's like,
Well,
why
I was like,
why do you save there?
Yeah.
It's like, why is this in the notes? Like, weird shit.
Pat also says no saving.
Save here? No.
No. What can possibly go wrong?
You're a gamer. You can do this.
I'm the 4thGenGamer. What could possibly go wrong?
Okay. You ruined it.
I had a very, very inconsequential fuck up. I went up one tile, but it was not on the ice, so it was fine.
He said fudge, by the way.
Oh, oops. I mean, you're just hearing things.
I swear twice every hour.
Twice every hour. That's what I have an allowance.
Look at this Pog movement, though. He got it first try. Let's go.
I was so zoned in, I promise. I was so focused.
He meant to say...
I fucked up.
You mistimed that.
No, wait. No way. I swear I did it right. Oh, all right. I'm at my allowance.
Either way, here's
it's a good thing my webcam's on. I'm like bright red right now. We're gonna X special ×1 or ×2. We're gonna X speed, heal our confusion, and we'll be great. We'll be great. I swear I didn't swear. I swear. All right. All right. We're gonna full restore. Get rid of that nice confusion. All right. They get confused there.
How do you feel about your first and last PSR marathon participation?
It's been nice. It's been very fun. How have you enjoyed your commentating experience with me?
Awesome.
It's been pretty amazing.
Listen, man, we can't exceed our allowance, dude.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
just used the bleep.
I cannot believe you can actually do that on Discord.
Yeah, we have these fancy things called XLRs that cost a lot of money.
And now we are going to just sweep with grass.
Wait, what?
Oh no, that is so bad.
You want to say grass now? I don't know why I got bleeped out. I think PSR is trying to take us down right now.
We're getting some interference right now. Getting some weird audio frequencies.
Oh boy.
All right, that's Wallace. Those are all the gyms. Very cool.
Remember in Emeralds where you would battle Juan here and then Wallace would be the champion? How cursed is that?
Yeah, I kind of just forget that that existed.
Wallace being a champion is just a sin.
All right, who's ready to do Victory Road? We're really towards the end of the run now. We just got Victory Road, Wally, and Pokemon League. Done with all the badges and feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. Gonna teach dive, not dive, we're gonna teach waterfall to the Kipper with our dead Kipper.
This is where you need to really be careful because there are a ton of trainers in the water. But as long as you get around them, you should be good.
Yeah, a little rough movement. A little rough. Some pre-Victory Road movement. So yeah, fortunately in Oras, for these of you guys that have not played the newer games, it allows you to fly to routes. Not every route, but to a lot of routes. So it's actually really helpful. You don't have to fly to like Moss Deep or use dive again to get out of Slayport. So we just fly right to 126.
You can also fly by clicking on the map on the bottom screen rather than having to go into the menu. I learned that from WhatsApp.
That's really useful.
And after WhatsApp told me that I could do that, I never did it because I kept forgetting.
It's so useful. It's so useful.
I need to remember that next time I do it.
Yep.
So fast too.
Yeah, no, you literally stay like 5 seconds, right? Like every time, maybe even like more, because it's a click.
All right, that's the movement. That's a done deal. That's a done deal. That last little bit of movement with that tuber kind of looking down. I did a lot of testing to see exactly where you could go where he wouldn't see you. So it's a little risky there because you have the tuber and then you have the swimmer as well. The tuber that was on the left side there was a spinner, and then the swimmer guy was just has vision, but he doesn't see you all the way. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and heal our Empoleon just by dragging it to the PC. And
making sure to not heal our
Yes.
HM friend.
very important. That Mudkip is still dead, because now we get to avoid all those double battles, since we only have one Pokemon that's alive, and still retain our HM slave with Mudkip, so that's great.
We don't talk about slaves here. It's an HM friend. Okay?
HM, our HM comrade. We love you. We love you, Mudkip. All right, Mudkip, use strength. Ah! That he timed that perfectly. It literally popped up on the screen like as you shrieked.
Poor
That was-
Mudkip.
That was great.
Oh no. Someone has to make an animation of the speedrun now. It would be so bad.
So
And I
bad.
love it. Oh no.
So yeah, this Frostlass is really annoying. We're gonna X special attack, and it's going to go for a Confuse Ray here, but it's really not worth healing. Whoa, it didn't go for Confuse Ray. That has never happened to me.
I have never seen that.
Wow. And then wow, we it went for a turn 2, but we hit through. That is so weird. That has never happened to me.
The
Oh.
perfect fight.
Yeah, no, that works out. Yeah, Frostlass is just really fast.
I think beast 110 speed.
Yep.
So Josh, what's your opinion on Frostlass?
I used to really like it, but then I looked up its stats and I'm like, wow, this thing is actually not that great. Like
70 special, I think. Like you expect it to have like really good special.
yeah, it's not good.
It
Also
has
that-
more physical attack actually. 80 physical attack.
Yeah, it's not great. It's just an annoying Pokemon with like whatever its ability is. Also, I strength
If
push.
only it got a mega like clearly did.
Yeah, Mega Frostlass would have been like awesome.
So much cooler.
It would have been awesome.
Yeah, it's 80 in both, in attack and special.
It's just it's
Oh, yeah,
very
it got-
lame.
It got buffed in Gen 7. Or no, it got buffed in Gen 8. Actually, never mind. Never mind.
Gen 8?
No,
Never mind. I'm an idiot. It's 80.
it got buffed in Gen 4.
I was looking at its defense being 70, not its special attack being 70. You're right.
Yeah, I've never
Yeah.
seen that. I've never seen Frostlass not go for Confuse Ray turn run with Empoleon. Albeit Empoleon I have a small sample size, but that's very weird. That's very weird. What the heck am I doing?
Let me
There
take
we go.
those though.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, I always thought that Frostlass is more of an offensive Pokemon, but it's just an annoying Pokemon.
Yeah, it's just the fast Pokemon.
Don't people
with-
run like
moves.
Focus Sash and like Destiny Bond or like some
Yeah,
crazy?
I guess like Pond Spikes, Destiny Bonds. A lot of people run like Icy Wind on it to like lower their speed and stuff too, just for like other mons.
Right, yeah.
It gets Thunder Wave. Yeah, it'd be cool if this thing got a Mega though. I feel like the design on this thing would be incredible and
Hello? What the Hey,
how the
where is the
It is one tile before you go into that hole. It's like in the tile, on the tile, of the
I got it. That's the second time I've ever gotten that.
yeah,
Oops.
this is a new item that you have to get for this run, so
So the idea behind that is to save time by picking that up instead of leper berries.
Yeah, that is not that's not optimal to wait that long to get it. That's
improvising.
that's how you do it, man. That's how you gotta do it. That was so weird. Like I always remember that being in the rock because I've only done it like once. I'm like seeing, you know what it is when you watch people do it, it's not as obvious.
Yeah, because they do it really quickly, and you kind of just view it as, oh, they just clicked that, but then in reality, they were like a step behind it.
Yeah. All right, here we go. That is the last required trainer. Dragon Man. Repel! Son of a gun! God.
Yeah, you had one less repel.
Oh my
I think, right?
god. No, the repel's
wait.
actually good. No, the repel ended right on the tile of the Superman guys. So that was that he could have turned around there, I think.
Yeah, that was very close. And that
All right.
trainer is not fun.
No, that trainer is not fun. Good news is I think that is no optionals, right? I don't think we have any optionals. So optionalless run. So very cool. Love to see that. It's almost E4 time. So yeah, we have Wally, E4, Champ, credits, and Rival 5. So Wally's pretty straightforward. We're going to throw up 2x specials. We're going to heal if we're in discharge range from the Magneton that Wally has. And then it's...
Echo voice.
Love that. Love that move. It's a great move. All right, so we do need to heal out of discharge range. We were actually exactly in good HP. Like 112 was actually exactly what we wanted, but that's totally fine. Yes, now we just echoed voice. Just literally echoed voice everything. And we hope that Magneton doesn't paralyze us, because we will need to heal that paralysis. But as long as it doesn't do that, everything should be good. I'll say, one of the best themes in the game, like right here. Like, this theme is so good. The Pokemon Masters version is actually very good.
Yeah, they do such a good job, like, reorchestrating the music. But yeah, this song is, in some cases, kind of repetitive, but in other cases, it doesn't even matter. It's amazing.
Excuse you?
It's repetitively good.
It's amazing! It's a perfect theme. I love Wally. I love his theme.
Wally.
Yeah. Also, yeah, Zinnia's theme, great theme. Unfortunately, not on this speedrun. There is a category for Elite Four Round 2 if you guys are interested. That is, I believe that was Wartep. Did you run that last year at PSR Marathon, I think?
No.
I saw someone do it.
It was... Oh, wait. Who? No, Etiquette did that 2 years ago, I think.
I remember looking back. Either way, E4 Round 2 is a really cool category this game. You use Mega Rayquaza. It's very cool. And you do the Delta episode, and you do the Elite Four rematch. Yeah, Etiquette. There we go. So yeah, we actually learned Drill Peck just in time. We literally learned Drill Peck right before Sydney. Which is really funny because we use Drill Peck like on Sydney, because Sydney has Shiftry and Cacturn. So it works out really, really nicely, like somehow.
Yeah, you learn it right as you need it. I remember whenever I first ran this, I was like, oh, we don't need Drill Peck. Why would we ever need that? And then I was like, wait, I should need it. Oh, no.
Yeah, makes it a lot more rough for sure. Also, now that we're a little farther in, I do have a little bit of a bounty linked to this from one of my moderators said, if I get within 5 minutes of my PB, they will gift me Super Mystery Dungeon for free. Just they'll mail it to me because I'm trying to get my game collection up. So I don't know what kind of pace we're on, but that would need to be like a 257, I think. Remember, that does include the credits. So if we could get that, that would be really cool. Get that Super Mystery Dungeon. Poggers.
That'd be pretty awesome, actually, because the estimate is 305, so getting like, 8 minutes around there, that's really good.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I have no idea what kind of pace this run is on, though. This is like my first full run that I've done like without any splits, so I have no idea. We've gotten like kind of unlucky in some places.
Yeah, we're almost at the 3-hour mark.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. So it might be rough. Yeah, that's Pro Sneasel in the chat.
Sub 3 or even like 3 is still really good.
I'll take, you know, hey, as long as I get under estimate.
I was
Yeah,
kidding by
that's
the way.
good.
You're 232 right now.
I thought you were talking about the pace, dude. I would have freaked out if that was real. Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes though. So the Elite Four fights are actually like, they're pretty technical, at least compared to the rest of the run. They're not too crazy for the most part. But yeah, we have Mighty Anna, who does have that. That was Intimidate, right? So
Yeah.
we do go ahead and go for some X attacks here, so we can use Drill Peck. And the Swagger there is actually really good because now we're at a high enough attack to be able to take down Shiftry and Cacturn with no problem. And if he doesn't use Swagger, this is a discovery from Mortab, probably the biggest hole in the route before this, we don't have enough X attacks. But now we do. So that's a good thing. It's really funny that we get Drill Peck like literally right before this. Because if we didn't, this fight would definitely be a little more rough. I mean, we'd probably go with some kind of a echoed voice solution. But Swagger does make that a little more complicated, since that can break up the echoed voice a bit.
It's funny, it also just boosts your attack for you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Swagger works hand in hand with that. We use that a lot. We abuse that a lot in this run. Also, yeah, this is a bop, dude. This is such a bop. Yeah, and then for Absol, we still just Surf because we're powerful enough to still go for Surf. And this next fight here has the potential to be one of the worst fights, depending on the first turn of the battle. Phoebe's really bad. Phoebe's really annoying for like Wonder Trade runs and runs that are not like pre-routed, especially. Wartab, I think you could have a good explanation on why Phoebe's really annoying.
Yeah, she leads Dusclops that has only annoying moves.
Yeah.
It has Curse, and it has,
I think Confuse Ray?
yeah, Confuse Ray. I didn't remember the name. So yeah, and it also has Future Sight, which it almost never uses turn 1.
Yeah, so
And,
we're just
yeah.
gonna hope that he doesn't go for a Curse, because that's the worst move.
Yeah, Curse
And-
is really bad. We want to really bait a Confused Ray because we have the Persian Berry. So Confused Ray is a perfect fight here.
That would be ideal. Sadly, there are not many Pokemon that can just straight up one hit KO the Dusclops to not even deal with that issue. In this game, there are 2 Pokemon that can actually do that out of the box. That is Kyogre and Groudon, and that is one of the reasons you use them.
Yeah,
And
it's a nasty fight otherwise. I know
Yeah.
I was doing a Wonder Trade race with Elliot and with Etiquette maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, and Etiquette had Leafeon, and Leafeon was just completely walled at Phoebe. And, you know, Curse was one of those reasons. So we have the Persian Berry equipped. We just need to hope that we don't get cursed. If we do get cursed, it's okay. It's a slow fight, but it could also be very dangerous because you lose a quarter of your health every turn.
It requires a lot of healing items when that happens.
Yeah, and that's just, you don't like that. So let's go, Confuse Ray, please. Please, let's go. Yesterday I got a crit here and didn't even have to deal with that. Okay, so it did use Curse. Unfortunate.
Oh.
That does suck. But, you know, hey. Dude, I was so mad yesterday. I was doing my final practice run, and I got a crit on the Dusclops. I was like, oh, I'm so happy, but, like, I need this during the marathon run. Like, dang it. Because if you just crit the Dusclops, I guess you could kill it, so that's kind of cool. I crit the Dusknoir. That doesn't...
That's good, though, because this thing is...
No, it's gonna heal now.
Oh, yeah, you put it in a bad range. At least you can heal, too, but still.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, so we lose, like... What's a quarter of 174? Whatever that is. That's how much that we lose. Yeah, look at that. That's so much.
I like 45.
So you can see Curse is just a much worse variant of this fight here. And now we'll just Surf and kill Dusknoir. And normally, we have Sableye coming up. We would go for an X special attack because it goes for Fake Out usually. But we're just going to heal and honestly just go for that X special. And it will go for foul play there. That's interesting.
Goes for foul play when that can kill.
Yeah. I wonder if Surf is the best option here.
Yeah, I probably would, because
yeah,
foul play is just gonna kill you.
I actually don't know if I one-shot the rest of the bayonets here without an X special.
I think you would. Or it'd be close.
I have to heal no matter what. Oh, I got a Spadef drop. Oh, this is not going well. All right, I have to go for a Surf here. Yeah, so that does kill. Yeah, so we should be good. That Spadef drop is scary, though. That is very scary.
Thankfully, Banana and Seablood are pretty frail, so should be fine. It sucks that Curse also will always leave you, like, in a way, kind of out of, like, Torrent, because if you do get the Torrent, you're gonna have to, like, heal, so that way you don't die to Curse.
I did get the Torrent there, though, for the final Pokemon. So that's nice, if that was a range.
Yeah, all right, so Curse would just kill you.
So that's also one of the worst fights in the game. That's done, so that's good. We do need to heal, definitely. And now we have Glacia, who's definitely also one of the worst fights, but it's not like... It's not a hard fight. It's just annoying. For those of you guys that do know Glacia, in the normal any percent run, the good news is we don't have to deal with Sheer Cold. There's a Walrein on her team that has Sheer Cold, and the reason for that is, first of all, we don't need to set up on the Walrein, where in any percent we do. And the other reason is we're a higher level than the Walrein, and when hit KO moves will only hit you if you are if you're a lower level. So the worst part about Glacia, actually, Wartab, you know about Glacia. What's so bad about Glacia, Wartab? Besides Sheer Cold.
Besides Sheer Cold, well, she leads with a Glalie that is kind of bulky. And it's also moderately fast. So if you do not speed it, it will usually raise Light Screen or start Hail. Which for Kyogre sucks because then you don't have Rain anymore. And Light Screen is really bad, so you actually, when that happens, just stall the Light Screen away by doing stuff that you would do out of the battle anyway, like healing your PP in this case. I think you will use an elixir as a way to stall turns.
Yeah, we're going to use an elixir to stall. We're putting up our speed to +1, our X special attack to +2. And yes, we will use that elixir here, which is nice because that'll populate all of our PP. And finally, the light screen will be down in just a minute here. It's definitely a little bit of like a stall battle. You know, for that reason, it's not that hard of a fight, but it's just really annoying. It's like, it's consistently bad, which can be a good thing. Because at least it's not like it never really goes for non-light screen or non-hail, because hail's also really bad with what's Frostlass's? Yeah, Frostlass's ability.
Oh, cloak, yeah. It will raise the evasiveness by, I think, like 20. So everything that's 100% accurate would only be like 80.
Yeah, so...
And she has, like, Confused Ray.
It's just a big troll battle. And that's all of that, not even accounting for Walrein having Sheer Cold, which luckily we're just above Walrein's level, so it can't even go for it. And we also have Grass Knot, so yeah.
I am happy in this game. They end up making the teams a lot more diverse than the original games. Like, usually Glacia would have, like, 2 Celios instead of their Frostlass.
That's so dumb.
And then, like, you know, instead of, like, Dusclops and all that, you have, like, Dusknoir with Phoebe and whatnot. So the teams in these games, thanks to
other remakes, need to take notes from Oras. Like,
yeah, they actually add the
Let's Go Pikachu with, like, no Steelix, Crobat, and Magmortar. Like, no, give me that. Give me that.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I was so crushed when I was a kid. I started with Diamond Pearl, and then I went back to Fire Red, Leaf Green. And I remember I had, like, a Golbat on my team so late into the game, and I was like, why am I not getting Crobat? Because I didn't understand Friendship Evolution fully yet, so I was so crushed when, like, it wouldn't evolve.
National
I was like, what am I doing wrong?
You can't get Pokemon Fire or Leaf Green until after you beat the game. Weird chant.
So this fight right here against Drake is one of the main reasons that we keep Echoed Voice so late. We use Echoed Voice for this fight. Like, there's no reason not to. You know, you're not going to go for Grass Knot. You're not going to go for Surf. Definitely not going for Rock Tomb or Drill Peck. And Echoed Voice just works really nicely, actually.
Yeah,
and
for
this
reference,
lead is nice.
it is actually kind of crazy that you keep such a low power move this late. With Mudkip, you don't actually keep it that long. As soon as you learn Bulldoze, you just erase Echoed Voice, and there's really no use for it, despite what you could see on, for example, Norman, with the incredible power that Echoed Voice had on the last slacking that you one-shot. It is very interesting.
Yeah, and
But
this
also-
run, we just abuse the
Empoleon,
heck out of the power.
Yeah, and Empoleon is also better at special attacks than Mudkip.
Yeah, it's definitely more of its wheelhouse, especially since we can guarantee that modest 31 IV without a doubt. And yeah, we literally just Echoed Voice everything. There's no need to do anything else. It's actually a really, really easy fight, which is funny. Like, the last Elite Four member is literally the easiest out of all four. Like, all three other ones are, like, to some degree, like, technical. But this fight, it's like, just make sure you're not in, like, yellow HP, and, like, you're probably just fine. If you're full health, you should also just be totally fine. And that's it. We're on to Steven. And there's actually some pretty cool tech for Steven that allows us to skip the Mystic Water. Because if you guys remember, we put the Persian on our Empoleon for Phoebe. But we don't put the Mystic Water back on because we actually don't need it. We're going to get into a perfect Torrent for Steven.
Famous last
in theory.
words.
Yeah. In theory. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be so satisfying. All right, Wartab. You get the call. Do I save?
Yes.
All right, fine. Don't worry, that was the plan. If you said no, I was going to save still.
Too bad.
All right. Here we go. Who's ready for Steven?
Hey Garf, I use a 25 power move at the end of my run. Except it hits 5 times, but that's not the point. Very last fight of the game, guys.
Yeah, the last important fight of the game.
Very last fight of the game, guys.
Yeah, I can't wait for this champion fight and then going into the Hall of Fame and then the run's done, right?
Yeah. End time after Hall of Fame. Woo. All right, guys, here is champion Steven. Woo! Bring it on, boy.
Only second to Cynthia.
I agree.
Otherwise, Steve's a great champion.
This theme of bop, though.
Are you not saying that having a champion time isn't better than this? Leon is...
Leon, no. Leon can suck it compared to Steven. You ready for this? This is aesthetic. This is beautiful. Ready for this? We're going to go Grass Knot. Knock that Sturdy out of here. Then we're going to go for X Special, number 1. Look at that. We're +1. You ready for one more? Ready? Boom. Special attack. ×2. Ready for this? Now we're going to surf. We're going to surf. And you guys ready for this? This is the most satisfying thing in the world right now. It's a beautiful thing. Just when you thought this couldn't get any better. We're not learning Hydro Pump. None of that. None of that. No. Aggron's going to come out. My boy's going to go for Earthquake. Please. Yeah, look at that. And you ready? Look at that. Perfect Torrent. And now we're good. Boom. Surf. The speed run. Mess him up, Empoleon. Yeah. Love that.
That's
Pepe
when
Jam.
you're happy that you have fixed stats, because that torrent setup would be a complete mess if you didn't.
If we didn't get Earthquake there, but, you know, hey, Earthquake always happens. It's fine. It's beautiful. So, fun fact, without that torrent setup, without Mystic Water, that's a range against Mega Metagross. So, it saves us, getting that torrent setup saves us the menu of re-equipping the Mystic Water.
Just get Metronome. Go ahead.
Oh, great. Here we go! Mega Metagross! Yeah!
This fight would actually be harder if it was Gen 7 and they got the speed boost right as they mega. But they do not.
Oh, God, no.
I was so worried whenever I was doing this run. I'm just like, oh, God, how do I outspeed? I'm like, oh, wait, it's Gen 6.
We did it! Pog champion! Yeah! I'm a Pog champion. You're a Pog champion. We're all Pog champions. You know what? We just beat Oras with a Piplup, Primplup, Empoleon. Yeah, except for you, Steven. Degenerate, get out of here. Team sucks.
He's probably just like, how did he just beat me? Didn't he just start a journey like 2 hours and 48 minutes? Or,
No, we're fine. Second round, yeah, we have time, definitely. All right, guys, if we can get a sub 258, one of my mods said they would give me their copy of Super Mystery Dungeon. Are we on pace for that? Oh, I think we're just going to miss it. I think, wait, I don't know.
It's going to be really close.
It's going to be really close. It's literally going to be really close.
You decide when you call time. Just saying.
Wait, is that true?
Yes.
I mean, like...
The temptation's
I
real.
mean, if it was up to me, I would do right after Hall of Fame, but, like, you know, hey.
You gotta do it for the integrity of the run, though.
That wouldn't be the official category, though. That wouldn't be the official timing, or else I would.
I leave that as an option for my run, for sure.
Well, for your run, you know, hey, that could help, you know, reach estimate, because Pick-a-Peck sucks.
Wow, that is so rude.
Hey, you're the one who said it.
Not suck.
You using Piplup.
Oh, no. Listen, we have 10 minutes here to argue about that.
Listen here, Toucan Sam or
Okay,
a penguin.
I think we should ask in chat what is better, Chimchar or Piplup.
Don't sleep on the penguin. So we have to sit through 10 minutes of credits just to die on the rival fight. If you guys are wondering, that's what we're going to be doing.
Well, wow, Turtuk stands as well.
Hey, where's all the all y'all just watched a Piplup destroy the Hoenn region. Hello? This was not trade alt main Infernape.
Close combat would cope Empoleon.
You suck. Anyway, guys, we got some
ones that work that way.
We got a bunch of beautiful credits here. Great little medley of the Hoenn region. And yeah, I guess since we are putting this as part of the time, take a minute and remind you guys that we have the schedule for the rest of the day. Exclamation point, schedule in the chat. Click on the link. Take a look at all of the awesome runs that we have going on for today and for the rest of the weekend. We're going to have a Pokemon Black any percent 4-person race with Cosmo, Crafted Skoa, and Sinstar. They're going to be doing 2 Stoutland versus 2 Emboar. That's going to be really good. A lot of really cool races and speedruns that are going to be going on this week. Once again, thank you so much to the whole team at PSR that put together this marathon. Everyone doing the visuals, working behind the scenes, everyone on socials. You guys are great. Thank you so much for all of your help putting this together. Really, get some hearts in the chat for the team. Doing a great job. This is just the start. This is the second run. Make sure you guys show that love.
Stay tuned and make sure you guys hit that follow button if you're new.
Yeah, follow Pokemon Speedruns TV. And if you guys enjoyed the commentary in the run, definitely give me a follow. Twitch.tv/The4thGenGamer. I do a lot of new age speedruns, I guess. New age Pokemon, like 3DS and up. A lot of Oras. A lot of just Pokemon stuff in general. Elliot, twitch.tv/Galactic Elliot does a lot of Pokemon content, and Wartab does a lot of speedruns as well. A lot of new Pokemon game speedruns. So go support us, and definitely go support everyone that's part of the marathon. Thank you guys on the commentary for taking time out of your busy schedules to make this race a little more special. Thank you guys.
Anytime. I'm happy that I can make a run about Piplup more bearable, I would suppose. Right, Warthog?
Listen, I just put all that wholesome energy out on the table for everyone to just soak it all in, and you're just taking a shot at my favorite Pokemon. No. How dare you? No.
Thanks for having me, though. I appreciate it. It means a lot.
Yeah,
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
But seriously though, it's been a lot of fun. I can't wait to see how quickly you can defeat Brendan.
Wait,
defeat?
Spoilers?
or be defeated.
Yeah.
Spoilers. I hate spoilers.
Yeah.
I was trying to.
Spoilers suck. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. Lots of fun to commentate. Also, while we're at plugging marathons, there is also gonna be GDQ in, when is it? Two weekends? Yeah. Where we will have our good friend Pulse Effects, who's racing JP in Fire Red Leaf Green with Squirtle versus Charmander.
That's gonna be exciting. Charmander versus Squirtle. That's very exciting.
Etiquette has the closing run of the marathon, where he's
That's awesome. Pokemon finale. That's very cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be running Pokemon Shield, so definitely go watch that in 2 weeks. It's gonna be good.
Absolutely. And honestly, guys, one of the the main reason why I wanted to do this run, besides the fact this is my first speedrun route that I've ever done, is the fact that it's a great beginner route. And you know, I'm still very new to like speedrunning. I've only speedrun Pokemon consistently for like maybe 6-7 months now. And there's a lot of fun to be had. So if you guys are really enjoying and you want to give a run a shot, you know, any of these runs that are being showcased, I'm sure they're all a lot of fun to try. But if you want a run that is very, very easy to pick up and try out, and you happen to have a 3DS, maybe you own Omega Ruby, definitely give this run a try. It's a lot of fun, and it's a great way to get into Pokemon speedrunning. I think anyone that has tried out this route could tell you that, especially, you know, someone like Elliot or Mystery Mitri, other people that have tried it that are beginners and haven't done any speedruns before, because you know, it can be really intimidating to try and get into a new route or just try out a run for the first time. And I want to make it as easy as possible for everyone to try out a speedrun as possible. So definitely click that link in the chat if you guys want more information. That's the guides page for the ORAS category extension board. And you guys could see 2 posts from myself. One is for a beginner set of notes that is very similar, nearly identical to the route that I did today. Just a few small differences, and mainly the big thing is there's a lot of movement GIFs and images that can help you through the game. So yeah, still
you guys are flooding the 4thGengamer's DMs if you do want to get into.
Hit me up, slide in the DMs, be like, yo, I want a Piplup, trade me a Piplup. I'll trade one to you. It'll be great. I'll give you the level 7. It'll be awesome.
And if you cannot afford a capture card for the 3DS, you can now even speedrun this on emulator on Citra.
Are we accepting those, by the way? I didn't know about that. Are we accepting MU on the Cadex board?
Yes. They are hidden though. Currently, we have to find a solution.
There you go.
Because there's like when someone is gonna do it, then we will check it out.
Yeah.
But in general, it counts for all of Gen 6 and 7, so definitely do that if you're interested.
Very cool. Why is time not before credits? Great question.
Because the reason is speedruns end on the last meaningful inputs before the game is over. And the game says the end after some meaningful inputs.
There you go. It should end. after Hall of Fame. But yeah, no, that is the reason why it is that way. That's the reason why it is that way. And yeah. Also, just to plug, anyone that's been wanting to get a 3DS capture card, is a very rare moment in time that they're actually available from Loopy. They're still available. They're not out of stock yet. So if you guys are interested in copping one of those, very rare sighting.
Send it in. The Loopy.
Yeah, you have to have one.
An OG 3DS only, and it's $170 to get it installed. Plus, obviously, shipping it to him. But I think he pays for shipping back. So honestly, I recommend it. I've had a capture card. I've had two capture cards from him for the past 6 years, and honestly, can I recommend more? Definitely get on that. Like right
Great
now.
support.
Anybody wants to get into
support. The only downside is that they're not XL and they're not like the new system, but you'll be fine.
He's also sold out like every other year, so make sure you're getting on that before he sells out. Like you'll regret it if you don't.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work with XL. It's only the regular old one. But
yeah,
apparently this month, Murky will also release some 2DS capture cards. New
2DS XL. Oh, what about new 3DS?
I like the 2DS XL. It's a smaller system.
I prefer it, yeah, too. But I mean,
do we have someone on time? Do we have someone on time, like that's watching that can end the timer? Don't see anyone in call.
Oh no, who's here now? No, Travis. We need Travis.
Time ends on Fade to Black. After this fight, after we die.
Yes, you do. Okay, cool.
Okay, so yeah, once Fade to Black, after we die here, that will be the final time. So we are going to die here on purpose because that is the quicker way to get done with this battle. This doesn't work too great because Raichu will be, we'll go for Thunder Wave and Light Screen, so it's still not crazy fast, but it is still faster than getting to the Mega Sceptile, getting the Mega Animation, and it's actually really good that we're getting paralyzed here. And that's... We died,
Wow.
And that's... Time.
That was insane.
Wow, that went really well at the end. So, that's it. We got a sub 3-hour run. Not even bad.
Go.
So that's 2:59:27, I think. So
Very nice.
Honestly, that was really not bad considering that we we died against like Plusle Mine and we had to reset. We'll take that. So thank you guys so much for watching and thank you guys for all the GGs. That was a lot of fun. This is my first time doing any sort of a speedrun marathon, so thank you guys so much. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys. Once again, thank you so much to the people on commentary. Thank you to you guys, everyone in the chat for cheering me on. You guys are awesome. And thank you again to the whole team at PSR that put this together. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys. You can find me live at twitch.tv/The4thGenGamer. Do a lot of Pokemon stuff and, follow the commentators as well. And yeah, now it's time for the 4-way black any percent race.
Thank you, 4thGenGamer. This is your host, Ty Kevin83. I will be rolling it over to the intermission to set up the next run, the black race.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.